Well, a tremendous Monday afternoon. How are you? And welcome to the Jason Gregor Show on Sports 1440, sports1440.ca, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. As I know many of you are, now this is where the real competitors come out. You have a few days left for Christmas. I've been there. I know the feeling. Low tide just walks down. I'm going Christmas shopping now. And you know what? I've been there. I know that feeling. It's a mix of excitement, nervousness, all in one. And we shall see how you do. So good luck to all of those who are coming in hot for the shopping season for Christmas. Because based on parking today at the mall, there's a lot of you. I get it. I understand it. So it can be fun. It can be stressful. Hopefully it's the former for you. We got a lot to talk about on the show today. We'll hear from Kevin Woodley. We'll be by. We got Mike Stelter from the Ben Stelter Foundation will join us in the first hour. Ben's Cup is going on right now. We got Spec, Ken Reed, Dave McCarthy from Sirius XM will be by. Tater in the 2-minute warning. We'll talk a little football. The NFL, some of you in fantasy football, you're into the final. Cons, I'm still annoyed. Had I played Lamar, I'd be precarious in the final. I'd be spanked them because my team is good. The hottest team for the last 2 months made one stupid decision because I thought Joe Burrow would do 2 weeks ago what he did yesterday. I didn't even need him to be great 2 weeks ago. Just be okay. All I needed to do was score me 15 points and I would have won. God, it still bugs me. But anyway, fantasy football, many of you are going to the final. Good luck with that. Edmonton Oilers, a big win. First time all season. They win the second half of a back-to-back set. They are now 1-3-3 on the second half of back-to-back. Connor Ingram not only picks up his first win as an Edmonton Oiler in his first start, it was also his 100th career game started. So good for him. And you don't get a lot of games in the NHL, man. So good for Connor Ingram to get back into the NHL. He essentially, bet on his own well-being and entered the NHL program for his OCD just to give himself an opportunity to get back in the league later on, take care of himself. And you know what? It's worked out for him. So that's fantastic. It's one game. Who knows where he's going to go from here? But he made the journey all the way back, and to me, that's impressive. That's impressive. So I hope that there's more for him. And the Oilers, you look at them now; they have a chance to go into Christmas break on an 8-2-1 run. They are 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. Connor McDavid has 26 points in those 10 games. Leon Draisaitl doesn't have a goal in 8, which is, he usually will have a streak of 7, 8, one time 9 over the last decade. Last year, he only had a streak of 4 games without a goal. But he's gone 7 and 8 games before, but never has he gone 7 games, 8 games without a goal and still scored 15 points, for goodness sakes. Like, players would dream to be in that type of a funk. Oh, I haven't scored in 8 games, but I got 15 points. I think I'll take it. So I don't think it's anything to worry about too much. Obviously, Draisaitl wants to score. I'm sure he will score again, maybe as early as tomorrow night against the Calgary Flames. So let's also today, it's Mystery Monday. We've never done this before. I'm always trying to come up with different ideas. And so this one will have, people like surprises, right? You kind of know what you're going to get, but you don't know 100% what you're going to get. So here's how it's going to work today. So basically at the end, and we'll shut it down around 5:30, and then we'll call all the top 9 bids. And you can bid once and then you can bid again. But keep in mind, any bid under 500 doesn't count because we all want to get to face value. So we have 9 packages today that range in price from $500 to $1,500. You just don't know which one in the envelope is which. So I'll give you an example. So we have a 12-person suite at a Riverhawks game, any game except Canada Day because it's sold out. And you get 12 beer/pop bats. If it's for kids, obviously it's pop. It's for adults, beer. You can mix and match whatever you like. Anybody who's ever been to the Riverhawks game, the suite is unreal. And you get the big beer bats, 12 of them. So that's package one. Number two, you will have a GC at Fountain Tire, minimum $500. It might be $500, it might be $600, it might be $1,000, but it's minimum $500. Okay. Also, we will have a $250 spa package at RG Spawn Beauty in Edmonton, and you and a friend are going to get to tee it up at the Royal Mayfair Golf Club, which is obviously private. Can't get on. Grant Fedoric from Leading Edge, she's a member there. So two of you will tee it up with Fedoric and I, and he'll be buying on the day that we golf, and you get the spa package. So that could be a gift for your spouse, gift for you. All right. Also, we have GCs combined together to go to First Round, the Taco Shop, and Five and Dive. Right? All here in Edmonton, West Edmonton Mall are all owned by the same guys. It's an awesome place. The Taco Shop is unreal, man. And I love First Round. I would put First Round's, Frank's Red Hots, boneless chicken wings against anybody. I love it. So that's another package. Then you're going to get, this is courtesy of Livingston, you're going to get a full hour in the 1 hour. Well, it's actually going to be longer than that, but you get the full motion karting simulator with the virtual reality headset. Like, this is no joke. I went and did it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Right? After 15 minutes, I was dying. I couldn't believe how hard it was. Like, physically, mentally, you're in the car, you got the VR system on, you're driving around, and you're on the track. It is unreal. As close as you can get to karting. And Livingston and Cantork, they host you. So you know what? They'll have a little bit of snacks and some beverages for you when you do that one. We also have a 12-person suite to any remaining Oil Kings game and 2 parking passes. Sweet. You're also going to get GCs from Will Hawk Beef Jerky. And if you've ever been to Will Hawk Beef Jerky, Connor Halley, big fan. Big fan of the jerk. Con, what's the thing that you were surprised? Because there's more than beef jerky at Will Hawk when you go in there. Because I know you go in there all the time.
Yeah. Trent's great. Obviously, sponsor Fantasy Frenzy. I will say this. It might not be enough because people are going to be coming at you. They're going to want more of your beef jerky when you get in there. And I know our liner says Alberta's best beef jerky. I'll say Canada's best, world's best beef jerky. But you can also get like ground beef. They have the patties,
the sausages they have, man. Yeah. The breakfast links,
and then stuff for barbecuing as well. The Duke loves like the pickled carrots and the pickled eggs and all those sorts of things. So yeah, it's Will Hawk beef jerky, but it's so much more.
It's meat.
I would probably just get the beef jerky though. I could probably eat that every day.
Their beef jerky is damn good. So there's, of course, the beef jerky from Will Hawk. We also have from Crystal Glass and Meatheads, combination of GCs to go to Crystal Glass and to go to Meatheads. Pretty sweet. And this one for all of you golf fans. You get the hand-built custom putter and the custom putter fitting. And I know this is going to, people are going to be like, what are you talking about, Greg? I get fitted in 10 minutes. No, you can't. I went into fitted golf and I did this last summer. And I'm telling you, I didn't 3-putt once all summer. My putter was so terrible because I was like, well, what's wrong? I'm like, well, sometimes I'll putt 5 feet past the hole. The next time I'm 10 feet short. Like, I got no consistency. So we went through this whole system on it. First of all, let's see what you like. Stroke, how's your stroke, all that stuff. My putter was way too light for me. And I had no feel. I had literally no feel on it. Got a putter now? Unbelievable. You can change how it looks. It's going to be custom built for you. Comes with all the gripping, everything for it. So the putter will have custom shafts set up, personalized grip, built to your fitting speculations. And this is courtesy of Fitting Golf and the Putters Guru. So we got the golf package there. You got the Spa and Golf at Royal Mayfair. You got the GCs at First Round, Taco Shop, and Five and Dive. You have the Fountain Tire, GC. You have the Will Hawk Jerky, GC. You have Crystal Glass, GC. You got the suite to the Oil Kings game. You got a suite and the beers to the Riverhawks game. And you have the virtual karting simulator. Okay, so there's 9 packages. We're going to have 9 winners today. Whoever bids the most, you get to pick first which one you get. And then it just goes down from there. So you don't know what the other people are bidding on. Maybe someone really wants package A. You really want package B. much you want it. It's all going to go to help out the Christmas Bureau and Santa's Anonymous. So you text in with your bid, 833-401-1440. Remember, you don't have to say which package because you're not guaranteeing the package. You're just guaranteeing your bid to get you in to the package. Okay? So 833-401-1440. Okay? Now remember, because we all want retail value, the minimum bid is $500. So first 9 people, maybe that's all we'll bid. Maybe that's all $4,500, which is totally fine. But, and then if there is a tie, whoever texts in first, that's the tiebreaker. So there you go. If you want in, 833-401-1440. 833-401-1440. As we welcome in Sean Brown to the show. Brownie, how you doing?
Good. Made the all rookie move come in here. I brought my truck instead of my wife's car. And
There's no parking spots for a truck.
No, it's tough. I guaranteed door ding for sure. Guaranteed. As I was getting out, I'm like, this isn't going to be good.
All right, we got one bid. Mondo is at $897. So there we go. That's our first bid in. 833-401-1440. I love it. Yeah, that is a rookie move, man. It's a busy parking lot today on the Monday. Tomorrow will be the same way, and I can imagine how it'll be on Christmas Eve. So serenity now. Be patient because parking is at a premium for sure. The Edmonton Oilers, 6 game and 9 nights, second half of a back-to-back. Even heard the Vegas coach talking afterwards. They should have been more tired than us. And I thought the Oilers, it was almost like they knew that their legs were going to catch up them because the first 2 periods, they were great. They looked like 6 game and 9 nights kind of started to catch up a little bit in the third. But I thought they, especially the last 14 minutes of the game, they didn't really give up much. They were protecting a 1-goal lead. That might have been the best protection of a 1-goal lead I've seen all year from them.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Zach Hyman there. I think probably said it best is they bent, they didn't break, right? They, every team in the league at different times is going to have a push. Vegas being a good team, you knew it was going to come. And yeah, they handled themselves well. I think, Vegas obviously checked well, turned over pucks and was above pucks and gave themselves an opportunity to win that game. But, you got to give the Oilers credit. They were tired, and I thought they got the goaltending and the saves when they needed to. I thought it was a pretty entertaining game. Actually, I wind up going there with my whole family. So it was nice to see. I think, they needed it. What it shows me too is there's a lot of guys that are getting some opportunity right now, and some guys are capitalizing on that opportunity, and that's what it's all about.
You look at the, Connor McDavid obviously is playing unreal.
He's so good.
Right. Right now. So he is 26 points in 10 games, but I actually dug into the numbers a little bit more, and it's points are one thing, but he has really separated himself with his speed. Like we see him, he is just attacking more than he ever has. And he's always attacked with speed. But, and here's my example. So at the 10-game mark of the season, McDavid he led the NHL with 58 bursts of 20 to 22 miles an hour. Nathan McKinnon was second with 56. Since then, McDavid has 174. McKinnon has 119. And Nate McKinnon is one of the fastest guys in the league.
Yeah.
So you look at it, where they're at on the season, McDavid's at 232 bursts. The next is McKinnon at 175. Then Jack Eichel, 143. Rupe Hintz, 142. Marty Necas, 139. Braden Point and Tim Stützle, 137. Every other player has 100 fewer 20 to 22 mile an hour bursts in the entire league. And even the closest guy is 57 below. Like it's because people, top end speed is one thing. Like his fastest burst was 24.61. And I think he's had a few of those 24s this year. But it's the continual, like your defense. When guys come at you fast, like obviously 24 is a little bit different than 22. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's coming at you so quickly. Most guys just don't react. Like his goal last night. 2 things. A, he blows by the defense. And then at that speed has the edge work to cut in Brownie. And I've noticed when he cuts in, he's going to the far post and he's waiting because the goalies can't get across fast enough.
Yeah.
And then he just slides it right in the far post. And he did it again last night.
Yeah. He just, you see the times that he has success and he actually, when he actually capitalizes on it. And you see the other times where, there might be a bobble or it might not quite play out as expected. it's just funny to watch, especially from the press box, and you can see everyone retreat and move back, and the respect that he commands. I mean, these are, we've talked about it before. Everyone's talked about it. These are the top defensemen on every team in the NHL that he makes them look very average. And, on that goal, I was sitting up top, and because you have such a good view of what the game, and it looks easy up there, but there's not a lot of ice for him to even cut to the net. You're like, man, he's fearless, right? With that speed, he is not scared to take the puck to the net. You give him an inch and he'll take it. And like you said, it'd be interesting to talk to, Kevin Woodley is like, he doesn't have a whole lot of options, really. Like, I guess he could kind of flip it up. He doesn't have a whole lot of ice to work with, but he's going that fast that nobody can push off, to try and get to that post. So it's impressive. He's not scared. Not only is he skilled, but he's just, his ability to go into the tough areas. He doesn't even think twice about it.
No, not at all. 218, Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sean Brown with you. Coming up today, we mentioned we got a lot of hockey talk, lots of football talk. Game going on right now. Cons, is this a blowout? It is a blowout. Was it 23-0? Is this expected?
I would say so. Yeah. Cougs are a pretty good football program. So with all due respect to Utah State, I don't think they had much of a chance here. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. We at Boise.
Do they get potato, like a bag of potatoes each if they win? What happens?
I think you've got a trophy full.
A trophy full of potatoes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who doesn't love good spud? Right. Cut it up, make some fries. Who knows? We got 2 more bids at 500. So now we're off and running. 833-401-1440. So Mondo, Paul, and Steve are in. Paul and Steve at 500. Mondo's at 897. We'll update you today. It's a very unique Mystery Monday. 9 prizes. Anywhere from $500 to $1,500 in value. And Allie's in at 700. So the top 9 bidders at 530 are going to win. But here's how you don't know what they're going to win. That's what makes it a mystery, because who's ever the highest, they pick first. And then it goes down. 833-401-1440.
At GS Construction, we focus on building a culture of collaboration, innovation, and respect. Our teams work together, supporting one another and striving towards shared goals. We're committed to creating a work environment that empowers individuals, values teamwork, and ensures everyone feels respected and safe. With decades of experience in the field, GS Construction prioritizes our people, our culture, and safety. This is what makes us unique. To find out more, go to gsconstruction.ca.
The Bricks Boxing Day blowout is back. Be one of the first 10 customers in line to receive a $50 credit towards any purchase. Plus, shop incredible 5-hour door crashers, like 70% off genuine leather and reclining sofas when you buy the matching love seat or chair. And all day, buy any TV or appliance and get a $50 credit towards furniture, home decor, and mattresses. Plus, free local delivery on purchases over $4.99. Some exclusions apply. The Brick, saving you more.
After 20 years, Canada's most prestigious international hockey tournament returns. The Camrose Viking Cup, December 28th to January 4th at Encana Arena. Tickets at vikingcup.ca. Brought to you by Sports 1440.
When you have lifting and material handling needs, Northwest Crane delivers. Western Canada's Sandy dealer, backed by the industry's toughest one. 3 years, 3,000 hours, no compromises. They service all crane makes and models with skilled technicians and deep industry expertise. Alberta owned, with locations in Leduc and Grand Prairie, and fully equipped service trucks. Northwest Crane keeps your operation lifting. For more information on sales or service, visit northwestcrane.com or call today.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. December is here. Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking, grocery shopping. What about our vehicle? Does it need tires? It's not running? No problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
And here comes Action Electrical Service Team sprinting onto the scene. These are your first responders for any electrical emergency.
That's right. With their fleet of service vans and specialized gear, they assess, they service, and maintain electrical, lighting, and automation systems. They're all about rapid response.
Quick diagnostics and repairs to restore power and safety fast. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
He's heading into the driveway. Temperature's dropping fast, folks. He opens the hood and, oh no, the battery's on thin ice.
Yeah, that's a tough break, Tim. I mean, you can't expect to compete and win with weak parts in your game like that.
But wait, he's made a clutch move. He's gone to Napa Auto Parts for the win. They've got batteries, winter-grade oils, antifreeze, and wiper blades built for cold Alberta conditions.
That's a championship play, Tim.
With over 85 Alberta locations, visit your local Napa store today or shop online at napacanada.com. That's Napa know-how.
Ho, ho, ho! 'Tis the season to find the perfect gift at the perfect price at Leduc Goldsmiths.
The annual Christmas sale is on now with 10 to 25% off all in-store products. All natural and lab-created diamond engagement rings up to 25% off with a wide selection available. You'll have no trouble finding the right piece. The team at Leduc Goldsmiths have years of expertise to help find what you need. Leduc Goldsmiths on Main Street, Leduc. Leduc's Jewelry Store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years.
Reason number 59 why Nissan is built for our winter. Because when winter storms make on-road feel like off-road, we've got you. Rogue comes standard with intelligent all-wheel drive and remote engine start to conquer even the harshest winter conditions. Now, lease a 2026 Rogue S for 0.9% for 36 months. Or get $4,000 cash purchase bonus on remaining 2025 models. Visit your local Nissan dealer today or nissan.ca for more details. Conditions apply.
Visit your local Edmonton and area Nissan dealer for more information.
Santa checked his list twice. Low Tide asked for a Motorola phone from the 90s. Low Tech, still ahead of the curve. The Lowdown with Low Tide. Weekdays noon to 2 on Sports 1440.
Mr. Rooter decorates a gingerbread house.
Wow. What did you do here, Mr. Rooter?
Well, we've got a Jube Jube toilet, complete with an icing-based wax seal. The main water line is licorice, red for hot, black for cold. You got your standard marshmallow hot water tank and a candy cane sewer line. And on the outside, candy cone hose pips. Disgusting, but they get the job done.
To have your Yule clogs fixed, trust one plumber, Mr. Rooter.
Hold up. Are you pulling my beard? Booster Juice has 2 new booster balls for the holidays this year.
That's right, Santa. The Eggnog Booster Ball and Caramel Pecan Pie Booster Ball are 2 new flavors to put some extra jingle in your step. So are you a pie guy, Santa, or a nog guy?
Both!
Good call. That's extra jolly. Happy holidays from your friends at Booster Juice. Canadian born, blending since 1999.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Crystal Glass, your clear choice for residential windows. Locally manufactured and installed, Crystal Glass provides a beautiful product and incredible customer services for all of your residential needs. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca for a quote.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
.223, welcome back. Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sean Brown, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca. So something very different today. First time I ever tried. For the month of giving, we call it Mystery Monday. So we have 9 packages. We're going to have 9 winners. Right? They range in price. Guaranteed you're going to get minimum $500. And they go up in value to $1,500. So somebody maybe gets a good deal. We'll see. You don't know exactly which package is worth what because there's some GCs. I can guarantee you every amount of GC package from Fountain Tire to the first round / taco shop to Wilhock Beef Jerky to Crystal Glass and Meatheads. They're all minimum 500. Okay. Then we have a spa package also with the golf at the Royal Mayfair and some beverages and everything else. We have the suite to the Edmonton Riverhawks game, suite for 12 and 12 beer bats. We also have a 1-hour full motion karting simulator with the virtual reality headset. This is like you could, and I know people think, oh, it's an hour. Trust me. If you could go an hour, it'd be unreal. You can do this with a few people, right? You go in there, two of you, maybe you try to go 50 minutes each, then 15, and you go away. Ends up being longer than just an hour. That's just the minimum. Livingston's going to host that. Obviously, he's our racing expert, so he'll have some snacks and beverages for you as well. For that, we also have the Oil Kings and 2 parking passes, a 12-person suite to any remaining Oil Kings game. There's some good ones, dudes. Like you look at the Oil Kings are good. So you can look at the schedule, pick a game that you want. We also have the hand-built custom putter and custom putter fitting with Fitted Golf and Putters Guru. This includes your personal biometrics evaluation, the putting motion analysis. The putter will have custom shafts set up, personalized grip, and built to your fitting specifications. It's going to be unreal. So currently, we got 4 bids in. Now, this is how it works, okay? Now, you can always up your bid again if you really want something, but you have to have a minimum bid of 500. So we got 2 at 500, and then we have 1 at 700 and 1 at 897 so far. At 530, the top 9 bids, you will get in, and then the first bidder gets to pick which package they want. So you don't know what package they're picking. And you don't know 100% what's in the package. You got a pretty good idea. Just don't know what the value is. Is it 500 GC? Is it 1,000? I'll give you a hint. One of the GCs is $1,000. All right. Others are a little bit more than 500. So a little bit of a tip, a little bit of a hint. So 833-401-1440. We're helping out Santa's Anonymous and the Christmas Bureau today. Let's talk a little hockey right now as we get to the oil report brought to you by Go Auto. And maybe you have no idea what you want to get that sum of that real special. Well, hey, maybe a car. Oh, it's a pretty good gift. Well, you got 15,000 cars to choose from at goauto.ca. No better selection. Goauto.ca. As a pre and post game host here on Sports 1440, Andrew Walker joins us. Walks, how you doing? Are you there?
Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Are you playing men's league right now?
No. What is today? Monday? No, I skipped out today. I go down to Silent Ice and play sometimes on Monday, but you know how it is. Too much Christmas stuff to do, too much shopping, and I'm still not done. I got to go get more food and turkey stuff and all that kind of stuff.
Now, are you the turkey maker or are you just the turkey supplier?
Yeah, this year it is. This is the kind of the first year that we're doing the whole thing and have people coming over and doing the turkey, and so I'm, I gotta remind myself, how to do the gravy just right and the big punch bowl and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I don't screw it up. A lot of butter under the skin, I think, is the key.
No, that's true. The butter. Now, are you a stuffing guy?
Not like a big homemade celery chestnut, like just very, it's probably because I grew up with it too. I probably know it's probably not like as culinary elite, but man, I'm telling you, just that stovetop stuffing you get for a few bucks in the store I grew up with that. So it's good to me.
All right. Edmonton Oilers, for the first time all season, won the second half of a back-to-back game. Connor Ingram in his 100th start in the NHL gets the win. I thought he was pretty solid. He was definitely, when they were protected the 1-goal lead for last 14 minutes. He was good. McDavid, ridiculous effort. Like he was flying again from start to finish. His goal just blew by the guys at that speed to cut to the net and not wipe out is pretty damn impressive.
McDavid is, like, we were talking about this last night. Like, it's really easy when you watch him game to game to have a bit of recency bias, right? Because he's just so good. And, I've been seeing that stuff online today. Oh, this is the best stretch he's ever had. And maybe, but he's had 150 points in a season. Like Connor McDavid has done amazing things before. But the one thing about him right now it seems like every night is just a guaranteed 3 points. Like he has the puck the entire game. It is crazy. But I don't quite recall, guys, a stretch where every game, like literally every game, he not only scores a goal, but he scores a highlight reel goal. Like that's the biggest difference when I look at his game right now. Like every game he has a goal that is plays of the month worthy. That's crazy. And he's doing it every night.
Knobloch made a pretty bold move yesterday, taking out Frederic. How do you see this playing out down the road here?
I mean, you don't want to. I don't think you want to do something like this. Obviously, like this is kind of last resort because it's an 8-year deal, right? Like this is a long one, and he just has not been very impactful. And I think that sometimes you can get healthy as a punishment, right? Like, that happens, or, hey, we're not getting enough from you. We feel that player X in the lineup, almost like a Connor Clattenburg, right? Like what Connor Clattenburg has done in his limited games played is kind of what they want Frederic to do. So there can be a bit of a punishment component. And also sometimes it's just like, all right, listen, like you're not going to play for a couple games, like go up in the press box and, watch the bottom six and the forecheck and just kind of reassess, what a play looks like when you finish a check, what a play looks like when you don't finish a check. And we're going to get you right back in. And guess what? We got back-to-back coming up against Calgary. And those should be Trent Frederic games, right? Should they not? Like he's supposed to have that energy. Listen, it hasn't been good. I would say, if you give some truth serum to Stan Bowman, would he want a do-over on that deal even after 30 games? Yeah, probably. You probably would go that way. And that said, there's a lot of runway left, right? Like Trent Frederic is going to have time to find his place on this team. It's not like they're in last place. He could have a real awful first season and a really good playoffs or a really good second season. I was in Toronto, guys, and when the Maple Leafs signed David Clarkson, remember, coming out of Jersey, and he had 30 goals, and he was on the cover of the Hockey News, and I think the cover said like Wendell Clarkson, right? He was supposed to be this face of this new identity in Toronto, and it was just, I think Greggs and I were talking about this the other day. It was a disaster, right? It never got on track, and after 2 years, they were able to move him out in one of kind of those cap circumvention deals and bring in the corpse of Nathan Horton. Like, I don't think there's an option here for the Oilers like that. Like, they're going to have to give quite a bit of runway to Trent Frederic, and I don't think we're in the buyout conversation or anything like that. But yeah, in terms of getting healthy, I mean, it's just another step. I think it's a little embarrassing for the player. It's probably a little embarrassing for the team. And I know there's a better player in there. I think we all do, but he hasn't been very effective. I think we can all agree there.
Oh God, no. Yeah. He's going to have to figure it out. Like, I know, maybe it's his ankle. I was told his ankle is irrelevant to the conversation. He's just not playing well. And to me, he looks like a player who has no confidence. He's not the first guy to have no confidence. Like Max Domi got scratched. He went 20 games without a goal, right? He was scratched on Saturday night for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like I went around the league the other day and was looking at guys who don't have goals in their last 20 games. And the list was pretty long, including Adam Henrique in Edmonton. And I look at Frederic, and goals are one thing, but he's just got to do more in his game. And I would, if I was Knobloch, I'd probably put Frederic back in the lineup tomorrow night, just because I'm like, okay, you know what? It's one game. I don't know if I want a guy going into the Christmas break, having been healthy scratched 2 games in a row. That's probably even worse. So let's see how he responds, because as a coach, like, remember, they eventually benched Connor Brown 2 years ago, right? When Brown couldn't do anything. And it wasn't like it led to instant payoff, but eventually it did. And I'm guessing Knobloch's trying to, I know that there's a little bit different scenarios, because Brown, he was healthy. He just wasn't feeling good, right? He didn't feel great yet. And Frederic, while he's healthy, clearly doesn't look good. So, different reasons why, but kind of the same path. And I'm sure that's what Knobloch's hoping.
I would put him back in as well. I think if, the first 30 minutes against Vegas, where they looked as good as they have all year, if they would have done that for, 55 minutes and played almost the perfect game, maybe you could rationalize, okay, let's just go back with the same lineup, because they kicked the crap out of Vegas. But yeah, I mean, listen, they let Vegas back in the game, and I think it's a good opportunity to get Frederic back in there. And it's not about like motivation. Like, obviously he's motivated to do good. He doesn't want to be embarrassed. He wants to live up to that contract. But the league is so hard that, unless you just have this, godlike talent, confidence is a big thing. And, Brownie probably went through it as well. And there's been a laundry list of really good players. Listen, Max Domi had 70 points in Montreal and then couldn't score, right? Who is Scott Gomez went a calendar year without a goal, right? This guy was an unbelievable player. I mentioned the Clarkson thing. Like you look at, I don't know, Elias Pettersson in Vancouver. This guy had 100 points, right? Now he's like a 40-point David Camp two-way center. Like confidence is huge. Sometimes you feel like you might never score another goal as long as you live. And Frederic's going through it right now. But listen, Connor Brown is a great example. Right? Connor Brown went, 50, 60 games without a goal. And I mean, listen, I was penciling that guy into the 2025 Team Canada Spengler Cup roster, right? That guy's career was over. And then he turned it around and became a bit of a folk hero here and signed a big ticket in New Jersey, and is still a very good player, right? If he can turn it around, like you remember how bad Brown looked. If he can turn it around, Frederic can turn it around.
What does it say? I mean, it is a big move by the coach, Knobloch, does it send a message to maybe like a guy like Henrique or just guys in the lineup that, hey, you know what, it doesn't matter what kind of contract or where you're at in your career. If you're not producing, you're going to sit. Is it, is that a good, healthy statement to your team?
I think so. And they're getting healthier, right? Like all of a sudden, like we all know the stat, last night was the first game with all those guys back, right? Roslovic and Nuge and Hyman. And so all of a sudden, right, like you like what Clattenburg has brought. Roslovic's been this great find. And when Clattenburg gets back and, you might have a Noah Philp in the conversation, all of a sudden when you got a lot of healthy bodies, it's a meritocracy, right? It's like, it really doesn't matter that Frederic signed an 8-year deal. They'd love him, to live up to it and have the chance to give him some physicality and some energy and all of that. But, this is a team that is still trying to win games and still trying to win the division and still trying to get back to the Stanley Cup final. So, they're not going to play a guy out of pride. If it's not a numbers game and Frederic deserves to be in the lineup, he'll be there. And I think if he is not one of your 12 best forwards, he's not immune. You sit him out, you have to.
Oh yeah. I think, what did he say? Eventually he'll be back in the lineup. He just needs a bit of a break, find his game and come back, because I think he has a lot to offer the team. And that's just, hey, it's the harsh reality of pro sports is, hey, there's a spot. Because if Trent Frederic was making $1.5 million, he'd still be healthy scratched based on the way he's played. His salary is added onto it. But if Trent Frederic was only making $1.5 million, the way he's played, no one would look and say, oh, he's played well. He's played poorly regardless of what his salary is.
Yeah, he looks like a league minimum fourth line in and out of the lineup kind of guy right now. And again, we know he's better than that. Like, this isn't a case of, they're signing this guy, let's paint him with a good brush. Like, we watched him for years in Boston. This is a really, really good player, right? So, but again, confidence it's not just NHL guys, man. Confidence is everything in life, right? If you're not confident, if you're standing over a golf shot, and you're saying, oh man, I don't hit this hybrid very well, you're not going to hit a good shot. That's just reality, right? And these guys are not immune to that. His confidence is in the toilet. Like he barely touches the puck. It looks like he's afraid to get it on the forecheck, lest he chases something around, then it's an odd man rush the other way. Right now, he can't, nothing's going right for this guy other than the team, winning some games. So I don't know when that break comes. I don't really know when it came for Connor Brown. Like, it might have just been that first goal, remember? And everyone gave him kind of a standing ovation at Rogers Place, and then he was one of their best guys in the playoffs. The good news for Frederic is that, like, there is some, he's not getting caught. He's not getting traded. There is some runway to find it, but it'd be good if he did.
You look at the orders. What's been your impressions of Stastny?
I really like him. Really like him. And I don't want to say like, oh, what a surprise, because they gave up a third-round pick for him. Like, that's a decent pick. I think if you can find a guy that was drafted and developed by Nashville, you're probably on the right track to be getting a pretty good defenseman. Like, that's all they do, right? Them and the Ducks, they draft and develop a really good D. Whether they end up, stars in Nashville like Weber or Suter, or they move them out the door and they Sam Girard or Seth Jones, or go down the list. They got a kid playing in their farm team in Milwaukee named Ryan Ufko, who is the captain at UMass, who is leading the American League in points right now. He's going to be a really good player, and I would expect him to be up pretty soon. So they can move out a guy like Stastny. They know how to draft and develop D there, and he plunks in the lineup. And already, I know we all liked him, and he was a great Oiler, but he's an upgrade on Kulak. He skates well. He seems to be poised. I've really liked him. And last night, the second half of the game, I thought the defense core as a whole, like I thought Nurse struggled. I thought Regula had a really tough second half. I didn't really love Ekholm last night. I think that third pairing of Emberson and Stastny were their two best guys. And I think that's really, really encouraging. I've really liked Stastny so far.
Walks, have a good pregame and postgame tomorrow, and all the best to you and yours. Good luck with the turkey preparation.
Thanks, boys. Yeah. Any tips? I have access to the text line here, so any turkey tips, I will gladly listen to the listeners.
All right. Yeah, there's probably a few chefs out there with some tips. All right. Good luck, man. Thanks.
See you, fellas.
There you go. It's Andrew Walker pre and post game. So let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about Ben's Cup, the orders, and update you on the month of giving on the Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
Scott McGilvery here, HGTV host and renovation expert. The one upgrade I know homeowners will love: better, fresher Culligan water straight from the tap. Culligan's Aquasential reverse osmosis filtration system takes your water to the next level. With up to 7 stages of filtration and 14 filter options, they're certified to reduce over 90 contaminants. Your tap water is about to get a major upgrade. Safer water that tastes great. Get started with a free in-home water test at Culligan.com. Culligan, water you love.
Day or night, tasting just so right. You can order oodle noodle at oodlenoodle.ca, delivering you the news almost right away. Remember, you can order oodle noodle at oodlenoodle.ca. So stay on your couch all day and order oodlenoodle.ca. Oodle noodle.
Actions speak louder than words. Japa Machinery Group puts your construction plan into action with XCMG construction machinery you need. Available for rental or sale. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
Top quality flooring, locally owned, and Canadian products from Beaulieu. Yeah, that's CFI.
CFI what?
No, CFI, Custom Floors Inc.
From free estimate to professional installation, contact Custom Floors Inc. at customfloorsinc.ca.
Hi, I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. We've been tightening bolts and redefining our industry for 25 years. Yes, a quarter century, and we're just getting started. Check us out at cantork.com. Our tools age better than I do.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
He's a winner.
Sweet.
She's a winner too.
Right.
Everyone's a winner during Wish and Win at Wolf GMC Buick. Every single customer is guaranteed at least a $500 bonus with a chance to save up to $25,000 towards a new GMC or Buick. At Wolf GMC Buick, we also have 0% financing up to 84 months on most of our popular SUVs and trucks. And we're clearing out remaining 25s, including cash discounts up to $10,000 on a great selection of Sierra HDs. 90 seconds east of the Henday. Wolf GMC Buick, where everyone wins.
Action Electrical Solar Team is now making a play for sustainability and savings. They're specialists in powering up for a greener future.
That's the strategy: designing and installing high-efficiency solar panels. They're helping homes and businesses combat rising utility costs by harnessing the power of the sun.
A smart move for efficiency and the environment. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Hello out there. We're on the
Portions of this hour brought to you by Japa Machinery. Japa is digging deep on their 50-year history of supporting Alberta's construction industry with their line of special edition blackout excavators. Visit japamachinery.com for all the details.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
.247. Welcome back, Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sean Brown, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca. Hope you're having a lovely Monday afternoon. It is Mystery Monday for the month of giving on the show today. So we have 9 packages, all minimum value of $500 at least. And, some are up quite a few. They're around $900, $1,000, up to about $1,500 on the different packages that we have today. So here they are. Just quickly go through them. You get a GC at Fountain Tire in the West End. You get GC to go to, and it's a combination of GCs to go to first round, the Taco Shop, 5 and Dive. You'll get a GC at Will Hawk Beef Jerky. You'll have a GC at Crystal Glass and at Meatheads. Man, I'll tell you right now, you got to love the chicken there. You will also have the hand-built custom putter and custom putter fitting from Fitted Golf that includes all your personal biometrics evaluation, putting motion analysis, the putter custom shaft setup, everything. So if you have somebody in your family, you don't know what to buy them for Christmas, this is it. The person in your life who's a golfer, are you kidding me? This is unreal. You also have the spa package at RG Spa Beauty and Wellness in Edmonton, and you'll have a round of golf. You and a buddy tee it up with myself and Grant Fedoric at Royal Mayfair. Can't get on there anytime, so pretty awesome. We will have the Riverhawks, a 12-person suite for any Riverhawks game except Canada Day because it's already sold out, funny enough. And you get 12 of the beer bats or pop if you have kids. It's your choice, but they're big. They're real. It's basically 24 beers because there's like 2 beers in one, so they're massive. You'll also have the suite, 12-person suite to any remaining Oil Kings game coming up. And you get the... for anybody who's a racer, this is unreal. The full motion karting simulator with a virtual reality headset. Basic instructions included, courtesy of Full Send Karting. And Livingston will be hosting you there, so there'll be some snack, beverages, everything else. But trust me, like this is no joke. If you want to get behind the wheel and really kind of feel what you think it's like, I did it for 50 minutes and I was gassed. I could not believe how mentally, and it's like, oh my God, you got to be focused. It's hard to be that intensely focused and not wipe out. So, and you got that VR headset on, man. It is a wild thing. I never used one of those before. So it's pretty awesome. So basically how it works is we'll take the top 9 bidders by 5:30. Currently top bid's $897. We have one at $700. We got 2 at $500. Right? So minimum bid's got to be $500 because we're obviously going to retail. And if that's all we get, then that's great. Who's ever in first at the $500, you'll get to pick first and so on. Obviously the higher bid gets to pick first, but you don't know what package they're going to pick. That's what makes it a little entertaining. So helping out Christmas here on Santa's Anonymous, you can bid 833-401-1440 on any of the packages. If you want to see them all, they're at my Orders Nation article today or at jasongregor.com, and away you go. Pretty simple. Now, speaking of big events, let's talk about Ben's Cup as we go in the room, brought to you by Action Electrical. Take action on your savings for both residential and your business. You're looking to get solar, you can get great deals, you get grant rebates and more. Check it out, actionelectrical.net. And Ben's Cup gets going in just under a week's time, in fact. And Mike Stelter from the Ben Stelter Foundation joins us. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Jason. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How is now is this the second or third Ben's Cup?
It's the second annual Ben's Cup.
Okay.
It's coming along, starts up Friday on the 26th, so we're pretty pumped.
And how many teams you got this year?
We got 56 teams, so we have just about 1,000 kids out skating, which is unreal.
And so there's U13, U11, U9, and U7. Is that correct?
No U9s. We have U7, U11, U13.
Okay, you and you're doing it out at Ardrossan, right?
That's
Are all
right.
the games there?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay, and how do people, if they want to help out, how can they get involved between now and on Sunday when it starts?
Check out benscup.com. We have a lot going on in there for some different raffles. They can reach out to volunteer if they want. Otherwise, come out. We'll be there from the 26th to 30th. Come out, cheer the kids on. Check out a huge silent auction and raffle that we're going to have there. But we'll have a lot for the family too once they come out as well.
So you have games starting on Boxing Day, actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who's starting first on Boxing Day?
U7s are starting first.
Oh, okay, so U7s get, and so they're at half ice, so they have a lot of fun out there. They're skating better than Brownie, so that's obviously good. So what did you learn in year one that makes year two easier or maybe more organized? Not saying you weren't organized, but I know the first year you'd run anything, you're like, oh God, we didn't know that. Oh, I didn't see that coming. What was like the biggest things you learned after year one?
100%. Just giving everyone information, making sure they have a ton of information before the tournament. They know what to expect. And just sort of some of the minor planning while we're there. It went surprisingly well last year. We have a really special committee working on it, but we can always do better. And we wanted to see how we could grow. So we went from 32 teams to 56 teams.
Mike, you have, the hockey, but do you not have curling as well? Is that all connected with it?
Yeah, exactly. So we have Ben's Tournament of Hearts, a curling bonspiel going on at the same time. I guess the first few days, so 26th, 27th, 28th. So we'll have some curlers out there. There's a nice restaurant and bar above the curling rink as well. But it's packed all weekend, so it's pretty cool.
What type of curlers are we talking here?
Everything. Well, I got asked to go. So pretty I'm no world beater. So
it's all different levels. It's all for fun. I know you guys raised, I think it was like over $500,000 last year.
Yeah, it did $608,000 last year, which was incredible.
And do you know kind of did you have a goal on what you're looking for this year?
On this year, we haven't sort of pushed it out yet, but our goal is to hit $1 million. So we're on track. It's going really well. But yeah, these kids are doing such an incredible job on their fundraising. Our community sponsors as well, who really stepped up this year, and it's going so well.
So Mike, it's a day of where you can watch a lot of kids play hockey, but it's also an opportunity where do you not bring is Louis the Line, or what's the
well, there's Hunter with the Oilers.
Hunter,
Louis
the Line, and I think you bring in some of those Oiler guys that get all dressed up. Is there any more types of entertainment like that?
Yeah, so we have the super fans coming out, which were awesome last year, and I think that was like the highlight for the kids, which blew us away and was the coolest part. So I think they cared more about the super fans than they cared about playing with Hunter, which is pretty cool. We'll have them out. I think Boston Pizza is going to bring Lionel out, their mascot, which will be pretty fun. Super fans will be out. Robert Clark from the Oilers is going to be out to sing the anthem for the All-Star games. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have a photo booth, a DJ out the whole weekend. It's going to be high energy all week. So we're pretty excited for it.
So, Mike, a lot of listeners know, obviously, Ben's story and your family story, and even your own story. How we're coming up on the Christmas season, and obviously it's been a few years since Ben passed, but do you have any advice for people when you come to big holidays on how you get through the moments when you don't have a loved one around?
As for advice, no. Some of the families that are going through the same thing we know about, they completely stop Christmas. They don't do anything like that anymore. Ben loved Christmas so much. It's hard, but we still do all the same traditions because Ben would have loved it. So we still watch the same movies. We get his decorations up. He has a tiny tree that he used to love to set up in his room. That goes up every year. So we try to keep everything the way Ben knew it and how Ben loved it, and that seems to help us.
What were his favorite movies?
Home Alone. Home Alone and Jingle All the Way. He loved doing the Arnold and Schwarzenegger impressions on it, and Home Alone just classic.
Now, do you have a favorite Christmas movie that you like to watch?
Got to be Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah, no, that's a classic. Oh, that is, yeah. Ben wasn't old enough yet to graduate to watch that one.
Actually, he watched. Yeah, we have such a funny memory. Cousin Eddie's outside on that one saying something was full, but it was a word that Ben couldn't use. And he said it, and of course, we all cracked up and we were laughing the whole time. So we were driving to my mom's house for Christmas that year, and we're like, Ben, do not say that word in front of grandma. She will not like it. So he's like, get out of your system now. So we're driving there and he's just saying it over and over and over in the car. And we were just cracking up. So I think Leah has a video of it.
Okay.
But that's the only time Ben cursed. And it was just to get it out of his system from family vacation, which was hilarious.
That is funny because I do remember I wasn't there the first time my son said the F word, but he was driving with his grandma, and his grandma he was in the back seat, and his grandma something. She was like, some stupid driver. And we were telling, hey, and he's like, Grandma, you're not supposed to say stupid. That's a bad word. And she's, oh, okay. And then he goes, oh, yeah, Grandma. And you know what? You can't say it. And he drops the F bomb. Yeah, that's so not good. A good word either. It was so I think it was, so hilarious. And she's trying not to laugh because they say if you laugh, then obviously they'll do it more often. But kids there's just something about the first time they can get away with it. It's like, honestly, you go through your life, people look at you if you swear too much. Oh, come on. But once you become like 65 plus again, then you can drop the F bomb around and no one ever sideways glances.
No one bats an eye.
Right? Like kids get away with it, and the 65 plus, oh, Grandpa's being funny, haha. So I look forward to that age of grind. It starts on the 26th. How many do you need volunteers? How many volunteers do you need?
Yeah, we can still use some extra hands out there. We have an awesome volunteer base that really stepped up and signed up for it, but there's still a few shifts available. So you can reach out to us at info@benscup.com or check out our website, and we'll have a tab there for volunteering too.
Well, I know my team's in it this year, Mike. So we look forward to it. I think we start playing on the 28th. So that'll be fun. The boys are all fired up for it. And I know that I got a few kids on our team doing a good job in fundraising, which is nice. So I've seen lots of kids made, like there's one kid who's got like $23,000 raised or something like that. It's wild.
Unreal. It blows my mind, but we got some pretty cool rings. We got the All-Star ring and the championship rings here. So the kids will be pretty jacked for it. They're going to be pretty excited. We like to reward them for all their hard work with the fundraising. So it doesn't happen without the kids, but it doesn't happen without all the coaches and managers as well. So we're so grateful for the community.
It'll be a fun event. It goes from Boxing Day right through until does it end on the 31st or the 30th?
Ends on the 30th.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to come out, we have 2 All-Star games going. The one for the U7s is on the 27th at 4:30, and the U11s and U13s, their All-Star game will be the 29th at 5:30. So come out. It'll be absolutely packed, and cheer the kids on.
And Sean Brown will be out there making an appearance, I heard. Is he gonna be reffing? God,
I
no.
might be in the All-Star game.
Hopefully he's not reffing. That's all I know. I don't need coaches yelling at him too much. So that would be good. Well, awesome stuff, Mike. Continued success with the Ben Stelter Foundation, and all the best to you and yours at Christmas, and have a great holidays.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me on, guys.
That is Mike Stelter from the Ben Stelter Foundation. And, man, there's lots of kids that they were 56 teams. So that's lots of kids playing hockey. And so it looks like the U7s go first, and then the U13 and the U11 and the U13s. And I think they got AA teams and tier 1 teams and tier 2 teams. So it should be a lot of fun for anybody who's participating and looking forward to it. Now, Brownie, you're kind of the grand poobah out at Ardrossan, so you just have to walk around with the sign.
Well, apparently there's all the super fans. Everyone's looking forward to seeing all them. I do remember seeing some of those guys come in, and just, the joy and the look on the kids' faces, when you have Louis Lalline and all those guys around. It's pretty cool. If you haven't been to an event out in Ardrossan, they do a super job. It's packed. They got, I know our association, we donate, they got those basketball nets where you kind of shoot in, you kind of can keep track of your score. So it's loud, it's chaotic, but it's a lot of fun. And then, the kids are having fun, and I love the idea of the curling too, because then the parents can kind of participate in that and have a good time as well.
Yeah, no, it should be fun. Looking forward to it. 3:00 we'll come back. We'll get more on the Edmonton Oilers. I can always tell when Oiler fans are in a good mood, because no one's texting the show complaining about a certain player or anything like that. The Oilers, they're 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. They just finished a stretch of 6 games in 9 nights, and they went 4-2 and playing pretty well as of late. And we'll see what they can do against the Calgary Flames. You got a home and away against the Flames. You play tomorrow night against Calgary, then there's 3 days off for Christmas break, and then they're in Calgary and Winnipeg on the 29th and the 31st. And then, on the 29th, and then they're at home on the 31st. So then they'll start from New Year's Eve until the end of January. The Oilers have a real good stretch of home games, not a lot of travel. And they played well now, but there's a real opportunity in January for them to make even more hay if you look at the schedule, not only who they're playing, but where they're playing games. We'll get into all that. And the month again, we've got to get going here. We want to get at least 9 people in on the 9 packages. Hey, every package is great. Somebody needs tires at some point. You know, you need food at different times. You like to golf. You like to go to sporting events. So we got some good packages. We'll update you on those when we return to the Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca. Let's get to the con man and a sports 1440 update brought to you by Legacy Heating and Cooling, where the rates never change. No overtime charges. That's how you build a legacy at legacyheating.ca.
This is a sports 1440 update.
A late night in the NHL, 4 games on the schedule, including the Blues in Tampa. Flyers host the Canucks, Kraken up against Anaheim, and the Kings hosting the Columbus Blue Jackets in the NFL. Week 16 wraps up. Phillip Rivers and the Colts taking on the Niners. That gets going at 6:15. In the association, you've got the Hornets and Cleveland. The Celtics up against the Pacers. Mavs travel to New Orleans. Nuggets host the Jazz. Spurs taking on the Thunder. And the Trailblazers up against the Pistons. Coming up in hour 2 of the Jason Gregor Show, we'll be joined by Kevin Woodley from In Goal Magazine and Ask 5 Questions. I'm Connor Halley. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Bring in the new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel. She drives me crazy.
Tremendous
Amy Benedict.
Monday afternoon.
Your cowboy boots and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. Hosted by Chris Sheets. The countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticeCenter.com/events.
We want orange. Give us the orange. We want
Connor Halley, Sean Brown.
You got it, Canada. Booster Juice orange smoothies are back by popular demand. The original, the marathon, and orangesicle smoothies are back and bursting with tangy zest of oranges. They're Canadian favorites. Orange, you glad they're back? Only for a limited time. So squeeze the day, smoothie lovers, and head to a Booster Juice near you now. Booster Juice, Canadian born, blending since 1999.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310-GLASS or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
Bringing every project to life requires the right team. By joining the Japa Machinery Group service or sales teams, you can be part of setting a new industry standard. Celebrating a legacy of excellence with Japa. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
Cheer on the teams. Help a good cause. The Benz Cup is coming to the Ardrossan Recreation Center, December 26th to 30th. 100% of the proceeds help the Ben Stelter Foundation bring proton beam therapy to Edmonton. Learn more at benzcup.com. Proudly supported by Sports 1440.
As 2025 comes to a close, GS Construction would like to take the time and thank our crews, our partners, and our
Aaron Sports 1440, Andrew Walker. Join this walk
and growth.
This walks up.
We've helped keep Edmonton and the surrounding area moving by building and maintaining the underground infrastructure that keeps everything running smoothly. It's been another year of dedication, pride, and hard work the team has put in to make it all possible. To learn more about our people and our projects, visit gsconstruction.ca.
I'm Grant Fedork from Leading Edge Physiotherapy, and people who suffer brain fog might think it's just going to be part of their life. But listen, I've seen a 38-year-old mom managing a concussion read her kid a bedtime story without losing the plot, all because of cognitive rehab that rewires the brain like a GPS reboot. Your brain isn't broken, it's buffering. One missed beat in focus, memory, or balance snowballs into frustration, falls, or forgotten keys. Stroke, concussion, long COVID, even aging can all lead to brain fog. Cognitive rehab works. Check us out at leadingedgephysio.com before your next "Where'd I Put My Phone" moment.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. December is here. Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking, grocery shopping. What about our vehicle? Does it need tires? It's not running? No problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Cantork, made in Canada, made for Canada, where extreme isn't theoretical. Find your solution at cantork.com.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
Just after 3 o'clock. How are you? Jason Gregor, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. The Gregor Show, always brought to you by PlayAlberta.ca. Kevin Woodley is going to join us in a few seconds. Of course, at Play Alberta, we got our Jason Gregor Show daily specials. You can see it every day. Some odds boosts hit again last night. We put out a special one. Even if we're not on the air and there's an order game day, we will have one in case you want to check it out. And yesterday we hit on another one with the over and McDavid getting a point, which I didn't think was that hard, but it made it. So odds boost for tonight. We got a little Ducks winning by 2 against the Kraken and a Beckett Seneca point. And then you have the 49ers to win and the over combined. So the Indianapolis Colts, man, that would be an absolute stunner if they won tonight. And honestly, I think if they kept it within a touchdown, it'd be a stunner. Like, I know the Phillip Rivers story is a nice little feel-good story thing, and Connor Halley's over there, and he's pulled out his Phillip Rivers jersey out of the closet, and he dusted it off, and he's all excited, but 49ers are good. And the 49ers, they need to win. So I'll be stunned about it. Like, it's impressive that he's able to come back and play how he did, don't get me wrong, but tonight, I don't know why, I just have a sense tonight could be a Now, the Colts need a win, too, don't get me wrong, right? Like, they're in a battle themselves, so it's not like they're just going to sit back here and just let their fate be handed to them. But because what are they? They are, well, yeah, they need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. If they lose tonight, I think they're done because I don't think they can catch Houston, right, Cons? Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think if the Colts lose, like 3 teams clinch the playoffs, including the Jags, so it's good. And just to correct you, I dusted off my 3 Phillip Rivers jerseys.
Sorry,
not just
the one. Yeah. Now, which one are you using though?
Tonight? I think I probably got to go with the powder blue. Actually, you know what? I have the royal blue. That's my favorite jersey, so I'll go with that one.
The royal blue, okay.
The bright yellow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Phil might do the Chargers a favor and just throw the game, lock them into the playoffs.
Okay.
If they lose, that's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's amazing that you're able to come back and play after,
5 years.
5 years. Like, I just wonder, obviously.
You could barely play men's league.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, but but just what's the second game look like, right? I mean, you're coming off, you play your first game, you're obviously hyped up and you're jacked. Is there a little bit of a letdown after? We'll be kind of curious to see.
Well, and the fact that, you're physically like, how do you feel after that for sure? This just coming down from the Elks. They've signed quarterback Zach Zabrowski, American wide receivers Justin McGriff, J.J. Jones, and Justin Lockhart, and wide receivers Colby Herford, Jackson Tuchinski, and defensive lineman Domenico Piaz. Of course, a few draft picks in there with the orders. McGriff, he was with the Tiger Cats in 24, and Lockhart played the 3 years at Vegas and in Nevada. So there you go. Some depth signing for the Elks, and away we go. Now, month of giving today. This is something we've never done before. Good first response in hour number 1. So here's how it goes. We have 9 packages today. It's called Mystery Monday. They're valued at guaranteed $500 all the way up to $1,500. Depends which package you get. We've got some that are just straight gift certificates, right? So you can get gift certificates at Wilhock Beef Jerky, gift certificates at Crystal Glass and Meathead combined. You'll get a GC from Fountain Tire West End. You get a GC from a combination of First Round, the taco shop, and Five and Dive restaurant. Again, all minimum at least $500. Okay, then we have a 12-person suite at the Riverhawks game, any game except Canada Day, with 12 beer bats. It's pretty sweet. We also have the hand-built for golf fans, the hand-built custom putter and custom putter fitting with Fitted Golf, and Putter's Guru includes personal biometrics evaluation, the putting motion analysis, and gets the custom shaft setup. This is phenomenal. I did this last year, and I'm telling you, anybody know, I'm not a great golfer by any stretch of the imagination, but my putting game was the best part of my game easily all summer long. I felt control every time, like when you had to lag a putt, because like I'm not trying to drain a 20-year-old. I'm just trying not to three putt at 20, not a 20-footer, right? You know what I mean? And so it set myself, just got way more consistent with weight. And, you know, he asks you, so when you look over, what do you want to see with your putter? Do you want to see black? Do you want to see white? Do you want to have a line in it? Right? Some people like the line. So you can build any putter that you want, right? And then the shaft and all different things. So it's for a golfer, this is a great experience. We also have the spa package at RG Spa and Beauty that comes with a round of golf, you and a friend, to tee it up with myself and Grant Fedorico at the Royal Mayfair Golf Club, which of course you can't just get into. We also have the full motion karting simulator with the virtual reality headset. You get the basic instruction, courtesy of Full Send Karting. Livingston will oversee this, have some snacks and beverages for you. And I'm telling you, like, this is like a thrill ride. But that virtual reality headset, I don't know have you ever worn one, Brownie?
No, but I've seen them at the Mac store and stuff like that. It actually looks,
dude, like
cool.
When you're in the race car and you have this thing, it was like, I'm like, oh my God, like you feel like you're racing. It was crazy. And it is much more physically demanding than I thought.
So where does he have this set up?
He has it set up. He's got it right in at Cantork in one of the whole shop. Oh, you've never seen it?
No.
Oh, buddy. It's got the big screens. Like got three screens on the side. It's phenomenal setup. No, he's got actually two of them.
So that's where you feel like every bump. Like,
oh God, yeah. Like it wrote, if you wipe out it, but it's physically tiring. So we're basically going to take the top 9 bids by 5:30. Right now, we have Mondo's at $897, Allie's at $700. Jason was at $500, but he's like, no, he's up to $550 now. And then we have another one at $500. Okay, so minimum bid's $500 because that's what the minimum value is, right? So we want to go up from there. You might get a good deal. Here's how it works. Whoever has the highest bid, you get to pick your package first, and then so on down to number 9. So maybe you want to bid, and we have an increment raise of at least $10. So if you want to insure yourself that maybe you're not last, you go 510, for instance, right? Or if you want to be number 1, you got to be above $897. So 833-401-1440. They're going to get a really good value. Bare minimum, if you bid $500, you're going to get all your money back in a GC or one of the packages. So, and it's all going to charity. So 833-401-1440, things you can use. And some of these deals, you might get like, who knows what they pick? That's what's great about it. You don't know what they're going to pick. Maybe the one you want, you get even cheaper than what it's worth. So that's the power.
So does Colin use that? Is that just for fun, or is that part of the training for Cantork?
Oh, it's part of the training.
It is part of the training.
Yeah, for him. He's
yeah.
Well, Cantork doesn't. Cantork doesn't do that. Cantork's his other business, but he's a big race guy. So he's in there trying to get better.
Yeah.
So 833-401-1440, 833-401-1440. Hey, guys, you're saying Nuge is doing brilliant. He's got 4 goals, 5 on 5 from Alfred. What does that matter? He has 30 points in 28 games. Does it matter where, like, are 5 on 5 points more valuable? No. Right? A goal is a goal. If you get a goal in the power play, like, does Nugent Hopkins only get half points for his power play goals last night? Or does he get a full point? Gets full point. It doesn't matter. Nuge has never been a big 5 on 5 scorer. Right? He's also, like, he's got 30 points and he's only played 28 games. The Oilers have played 37. So I don't really see any reason to complain about Nugent Hopkins' game right now.
That goal that Draisaitl fed that past that power play cross ice, across the goal seam there to him, like, was just like, did he ever thread the needle? Like, that reminded me back when, you know, Joe Thornton and Knuble and Glenn Murray, when they would play, it was just like the amount of space that those guys would need to actually score was just incredible. And they just had the ability to just look tied up, look, you know, like there was nothing there. And with Joe Thornton's skill and his vision, you know, to be able to thread the needle like that, that's got to be so frustrating. You know, sitting up there, I was talking to my wife and she's like, you know, what's it actually like when those guys score? because obviously we had the Sherwood Park, Carter Hart was in that there. She's like, is that, like, what do you do? And I'm like, sometimes you just, when you're going against players like that, sometimes they just beat you with, skill that you just have to tip your hat sometimes. And that was one of those passes there where, it was the last second and it was just a game. It really is just a game of inches.
Yeah. No, it was, right?
Yeah.
I look at what's interesting on the Oilers power play now. Like obviously they still line up Draisaitl. He did miss and it was at the third period where he missed the one-timer, kind of fluttered it over the net, which doesn't happen very often. But the one play because they're always adding new wrinkles to their power play. It's a reason why it stays at 30%. They've added now because we saw it the other game where you go in the right corner, it's either Draisaitl or Draisaitl or McDavid. And now Nugent Hopkins, instead of just standing on the far left side, he's crashing down to the net, right? He scored McDavid pass in the one game, and last game it was Draisaitl.
Yeah.
And you watch the one angle of where Draisaitl's passing it to a spot. Nuge was skating still, and as Nuge arrives, the puck's on a stick. Like it's a highly skilled play by both of them, but that's a new element. We'd never seen Nugent Hopkins come down the back door, right? They just keep adding new wrinkles because now a team's like, all that's going to happen is the guy's going to look. He takes that one look to Nugent Hopkins, and then it's going to open up Hyman in the slot area, right? That's the more options you give, the defenseman has to think about, Brownie.
Yeah.
You can't pick them all up. It's impossible.
No, because there's always, you take away one, there's always another one. And the thing is, with their ability and their skill and their reads and the fact they can do it so quick and their adjustments are you take away the one and there's something else. And they're so good at finding that second option that makes them difficult. And, credit to, I think it was at Gullickson last year. I mean, anyone that's coming in and working with a power play like that, it's nice, to have, a power play guy and have some type of structure and some plays. But when you have the best players in the world, they make the power play go with what they see.
Yes, 100%. And their ability to make the play, right?
Yeah.
Like
you could draw it up.
There's a lot of it's like, hey, guy, I see the pass, and it's got to be right. You've got a small window, and you got to put it right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys who can put it there repeatedly, that's why you're more successful.
Yeah. And as more guys, I mean, that's what makes Draisaitl so effective is the fact that he can score on the goal line. But because he can score on the goal line, you're now cheating. And then when you're cheating a foot, moving your stick here creates another lane for, I don't know, Hyman in front of the net for a redirect. It just, they just have so much, so many options, but they have the options because they all capitalize on their opportunity, which makes it that much more effective.
833-401-1440, 833-401-1440. Hey, guys, would Ingram have to clear waivers now if the Oilers sent him down? Yes, he would. And because you basically, no, that's not true. He would have to play 10 games. I think it is. I got to double check. I got to look at the timeline, though, to see it. I think he does, but I got to double check on it. I think you have to clear waiver. If you've cleared waivers once in 30 days or 10 games, yeah, so. No.
Would he clear? I would assume he would clear waivers. Like, it's
you
not
think
like,
he would again?
Yeah, well, he's not exactly lighting it up in the American Hockey League, is he?
But let's say he plays 5 games in the NHL, and then there's 6 or 7, and then Jari comes back and he's played okay. That's what they're going to look at. They're not going to worry about the American League games, right? Because Jari's out for weeks here. He's going to be out. He's not like I look at the Oilers schedule, and like I wonder if this is a split. Because I don't believe that Pickard will become the full-fledged starter. I could be wrong. But like, is this going to be a split of ice time between the two? Is Ingram going to get ran like a quasi starter? Right? Like they play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then they have 3 days off. Then they play Calgary, Winnipeg, and Boston every second day. So they got 4 more games the rest of the month. Is it 2 each? Is it 3-1 Ingram, 3-1 Pickard? What do you think?
I would probably lead to 3-1 Ingram. I think this is a good opportunity to kind of see what you have. I think there was a possibility of when they picked them up that this situation could present itself, and it has. And so why not see what you got? If he does well, then maybe there's an opportunity to maybe keep him and obviously you'd have to make a move at that point, but I think we all know what we're getting with Pickard, right? I mean, he's He's played well. He's shown that at different times that, he can kind of come in there. Is he an upgrade? I don't know. To me, I'm not a goalie guy. I guess Kevin Woodley could answer that. I mean, he looks a little bit more technically sound, at least from looking. But yeah, I would say this is a good opportunity for him to kind of come in here, give him as an organization, give him a couple games, see what he can do. And then just evaluate it after that, I guess.
833-401-1440. DJ's in at 700 now on the month of giving packages. So we got an 897, two 700s, a 550, and a 500. So we got 9. We want to get at least 9 bids of 500. That's minimum, right? And then we go up. But keep in mind, there's some packages here that are worth $1,000 or more. And away we go. 833-401-1440. We will get to Woodley next to discuss the Oilers. Ingram, it's only one game, obviously. What did he see in one game? And what are they seeing in Wolf, who the Oilers are likely going to face? On the Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
Bracelli hockey fans, your partner in power just skated onto the ice.
EWEL.ca, the new e-commerce website for electrical wholesalers Edmonton, is ready for the power play 24/7, 365.
UL skates to where the puck will be in 5 years. Now that's forward thinking.
Killer selection, slamming products from the best brands, and legendary service.
Don't sit on the bench. Get your account today at EWEL.ca and win that project.
Plug into your partner in power. Get an EWEL.ca account today.
You've got a go-to coffee spot, a trusted barber, even a lucky game day jersey. But when it's about looking your absolute best, there's only one name you need: Mr. Dirk. Family run since 1939, we're experts in crafting impeccable tailor-made suits and offering a wide variety of everyday styles. Pair that with personalized one-on-one fittings and the convenience of on-site tailoring. Mr. Dirk elevates your style game. Visit our Edmonton store or explore MrDirk.com. Score big on style with Mr. Dirk.
I'm Gene Principe, bringing Seasons Heatings from Legacy Heating and Cooling. For Yuletide comfort you'll love this Christmas. You should. Call Legacy. Call Legacy. There's no better way to fix your furnace. You just... Call Legacy. They're professional, never rude, Dolph. You should call Legacy. Call Legacy. Plus, no interest and no prints of payments for 1 year when you buy with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Day or night, tasting just the right. You can order Oodle Noodle at oodlenoodle.ca, delivering you the news almost right away. Remember, you can order Oodle Noodle at oodlenoodle.ca. So stay on your couch all day and order oodlenoodle.ca. Oodle Noodle.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
I'm making my list, checking it twice. And guess what? I'm giving Wilhock beef jerky to everyone, naughty and nice. Because honestly, everyone deserves a taste of Alberta's finest, no matter if they've been bad or good. So this holiday season, skip the chocolates and pass on the turkey. Make sure you're Wilhocking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Ho, ho, ho!
Available at Wilhock Beef Jerky in Leduc.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique, family-owned, independent liquor store. The selection? Incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
Across rural Alberta, volunteers and community groups work hard to make life better for their neighbors, creating new playgrounds, better rinks, and gathering places that bring us together. Vision Credit Union is proud to lend these local heroes a helping hand.
Apply today for a Helping Hand grant up to $10,000 to support your community's next big idea. Let's make great things happen together. Applications are open until January 31st, 2026. Learn more at whatsyourshare.ca.
A mullet for Marvin, a bowl cut for Barry, a pompadour for Peter, who's now really quite hairy. After this Christmas, all the men wish they could get some hair restoration from Dr. Vance Elliott.
Hi, I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. While you're Christmas shopping, consider giving yourself the greatest gift of all, a full natural head of hair. I know the results will be life-changing. Want to make this the year you get your mojo back? Book a free first consultation today at drvanceelliott.com.
We want orange. Give us the orange. We want orange. Bring back the orange.
You got it, Canada. Booster Juice orange smoothies are back by popular demand. The original, the marathon, and orangesicle smoothies are back and bursting with tangy zest of oranges. They're Canadian favorites. Orange, you glad they're back? Only for a limited time. So squeeze the day, smoothie lovers, and head to a Booster Juice near you now. Booster Juice, Canadian born, blending since 1999.
Top quality flooring, locally owned, and Canadian products from Beaulieu. Yeah, that's CFI.
CFI what?
No, CFI, Custom Floors Inc.
From free estimate to professional installation, contact Custom Floors Inc. at customfloorsinc.ca.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Sherbrooke Liquor, the best place for wine, cocktails, and beers from all over the world. Also, a variety of excellent non-alcoholic options. See more at SherbrookeLiquor.com.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
328, welcome back. Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca. Our month of giving packages. It's very unique. It's 9 of them. It's probably easier to outline if you're interested. They're all worth a minimum $500, goes up to $1,500 in value. And we will basically take whoever has the highest bid, they get to pick first on which package they want. We go through. So, but you got to bid at least $500 because that's the retail value. So we're hoping to raise minimum $4,500 today for Christmas Bureau and Santa's Anonymous. So it's very easy. You can, we'll run through a little bit later on, but if you want to check it out, my Orders Nation article today, or just go to jasongregor.com. It's right on the front page for the month of giving, and you can see it. We got lots of cool stuff, some sporting stuff, some, some food, some everyday life that you need if you got a vehicle, right? Stuff that you need for sure. And for golfers, we got some golf packages. So check it out, and then you can text in your bid, 833-401-1440, 833-401-1440. Let's go around the NHL now. Brought to you by McDonald's, where you know what? It's almost over, so I want to do it one more time just because it's fun. Just because it's fun. He's built a worse box with old socks as a prize, and he even left behind a Who Hash surprise. Looking to see the Grinch's big reveal? It's only at McDonald's. His Grinchiest meal. So check it out until Christmas, only at McDonald's. It's Kevin Woodley from In Goal Magazine and NHL.com. Joins us. Woodley, how you doing?
Well, I'm in Hawaii, so I'm doing pretty damn good.
Are you surfing?
No, there hasn't been much swell, and the iconic big spots like Honolua are way over my head, both literally and just in total. I don't go there, so the tourist spots aren't hopping, and the local spots are not where I'm allowed. So no surfing so far, but we've been in the water pretty much a couple hours every day. Just got off this beach here. Sea turtles, eagle rays, you name it, we're swimming with it. Octopus. This is my favorite spot in the world.
Awesome stuff. Mr. Ingram played his first NHL game, got a win. Stopped 26 of 29. He was really good in the final 15 minutes with the Oilers clinging to a 1-goal lead. It didn't have to be great, But and he basically kind of said what you had said when the Oilers originally signed him. He said, "Hey, don't expect his numbers to be great in the American League because of the chaos." And he admitted, "Hey, my style is probably better suited in the NHL, where you know where the puck's going to come from 90% of the time, and usually it does." What do you make of one game for him, Kevin? And then secondly, if you're the Oilers, with Jari being announced is going to be out a few weeks, would you run Ingram as the starter, or is it kind of a 50-50, do you think, between him and Pickard?
Well, so I did manage to go back and watch the game and watched all the shots, went through on ClearSight Analytics and sort of tracked everything. First off, does slightly better than expected. Even all 3 goals are high danger. It was 3 out of 10 on the high danger stuff. I thought Vegas did him a favor early on. It felt like maybe, I hate it when this happens. A goalie comes in cold off the bench, or he hasn't played in a while, or somebody hasn't been in the NHL and that you always hear the announcer say, "I'll get pucks to the net." But Vegas was throwing low quality stuff at him early, which is perfect. Find your rhythm, get your feet under you, get your comfort level back in the National Hockey League. And I thought he looked good from there on. There was a couple chances in the first, couple power play chances that were probably tougher than they looked, and he handled those. At the end of the day, a really good start for him. And I kind of look at this, I don't know what they're thinking, but I would play him as much as he's comfortable with between now and the return of Tristan Jarry. There's no secrets with Calvin Pickard. You know what you have there. If you don't know what you have there as an organization at this point, you should probably reevaluate how you evaluate things. So allowing Ingram to, as you said, and I definitely saw that in the post game and was patting myself on the back when he said it, his game is not going to translate in the American Hockey League. That was my warning when they signed him and knew he would start there. It is better suited to the NHL, where he can read on things. And so I would give him every opportunity to play as much as possible until Tristan Jarry comes back. Allow him to get comfortable with the pace of the NHL. There are a couple of times where I thought maybe he was behind it a little bit. The third goal is a goal, but you can see him start to try and reestablish inside his post sort of net play positioning as that puck gets away from Hurdle. Like to maybe see him do that sooner, but it happens so fast. And so that pace is something that will take a little time to adjust to. But I think he reads the game well. I think you see how balanced he is. He stays over his knees. He's got a pretty wide butterfly, and he doesn't lose his hands behind it. So there's a lot to like there. There's a lot of potential, a lot of upside, and I would be doing I can to make sure he has every opportunity to get comfortable before Tristan Jarry returns, even if that means you're forcing potentially a hard decision down the road between who stays behind Jarry.
So if Connor Ingram were to take over the backup spot from Calvin Pickard, what would you see in his game that would be a benefit, for maybe even the way he handles the puck for the Oilers defenseman, but what do you see in his game that would benefit and take that job over?
Ooh, I tell you, you know what? The puck handling is a good question, and I don't I hate to blow smoke. I don't like to talk about things I haven't looked deeply at, and I actually don't have a good feel for how Connor handles the puck. Jarry, we know, handles it exceptionally well, and I think as he gets more comfortable behind the defense, you'll see that interplay benefit the Oilers. I don't have a great feel for it out of Connor, and I watched all the touches in terms of saves and goals last night. I didn't go back and watch all the touches in terms of behind the net. So I'll have to defer on that for a little bit. I apologize for that. But that comfort level, whether he's good at it or bad at it, just getting used to the communication, the calls, where guys go, and sort of, getting comfortable back there. In terms of where he fits, if it is in the backup role, his upside is higher. His best numbers in the National Hockey League are actually competitive with what Tristan Jarry's best numbers are in the National Hockey League. So to me, that's what you're looking for. Could you get yourself into a 1A, 1B position? Again, I'm not saying it's for sure, but if you can get Connor comfortable at playing at the level he did towards the end of his time in Arizona, that was a really high level. And that was the upside that I liked when they did the deal to get him from Utah. No guarantees he gets there, right? It's been a while. No guarantees he gets there before Tristan Jarry's back. But if you can tap into that and get him comfortable enough that you see signs of that upside, frankly, it's an upside that is higher than what we've seen out of Pickard. He's been at his best in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, he looked good. The difference is, hey, the Oilers, you mentioned, hey, He had a goal save above expected. The Oilers in the third period, Kevin, they looked tired. They looked like they were playing their 6th game in 9 days, right? But in the first period, Ingram had, that was the best first period you could have for not having played in the NHL in 272 days. He didn't have to face any real high danger chances. He was able to feel himself into the game. And, when Edmonton's defense decides to not be a sieve and leak chances all over the place, it's easier for any goaltender. And I'm with you on Ingram. I'd play him against Calgary tomorrow, and if he has a solid outing, I'd play him again Calgary again because I want to see what he does on the road as well as just at home, right? And then kind of go from there. And he doesn't move. I can tell you this: he doesn't play the puck like Tristan Jarry. It's not close. Now, very few do. Jarry's one of the best puck handling guys in the league. I'd say Ingram's probably like Stu, maybe. I don't know if he even ventures out as much as Stu does, to be honest, from the games. Because I got asked a guy in Utah about it, and he just said, yeah, it's not really on his strength list. He's not awful at it. He just doesn't do it a lot. I think you kind of stay within yourself. If you know you're not good at it, don't try to be good at something you're not. Now, the Oilers are playing Wolf and the Calgary Flames, and the Flames come in. They're on a pretty decent run here, Kevin. Wolf is, I thought they overplayed him early on in the season, and I think the numbers reflected it. It seems that now that they're playing both goalies, he's actually playing a little bit better.
Yeah, I think he played 6 of 7 coming into this one. And in those 6 games, I do a weekly hit in Calgary. I looked at it on Thursday, looked at his numbers sort of since he took back over the unquestioned starting role. Because that's the curious thing to me. I agree. They overplayed Wolf early, and then Cooley got on a bit of a run, and they went to him like a hot hand and played him a fair amount at the expense of Wolf. And maybe there was just a break needed after the start for Dustin Wolf. Whatever the case, he's back in the net. And since he's gotten back in the net, I think there was a relief appearance against Nashville. So I think that's 6 starts ago for Dustin Wolf. There's only one goalie in the National Hockey League with better adjusted numbers since then, and that's Brandon Bussi. So Wolf has been sort of back to the Dustin Wolf we expect kind of since the first 3 weeks of the season, which was a slower than anticipated start. He raised the bar pretty high last year, and since that sluggish start, he's mostly met it. If you're the Oilers and you want to get to him, I mean, the secret is get to the middle of the ice. Even if it's mid-zone, it doesn't have to be in tight. Mid-zone may be where there's more susceptibility, sort of top of the circles to the hash marks in the middle of the ice. He, again, he's so good at so many things. You are rarely going to beat him along the ice unless it's like a double action or a broken play where he gets caught moving one way and the puck squirts the other. Beating him on sort of even passing plays, and I mean, let's be honest, nobody does it as well as the Oilers in terms of, breaking teams down with seam plays, and we're starting to see more of that out of their offense. But if you give them a chance to read it, like Wolf's as quick as they are along the ice, you're better to try and get open looks from mid-zone, what some might consider higher in the zone and even less dangerous chances, because in addition to being so fast, he plays a bit of depth. And at his size, with that conservative depth, if you can hold pucks and get to the middle of the ice with them, that's statistically been the relative weakness in his game and where you're more likely to have success compared to a lot of the traditional ways you would try and beat any center, by creating those east-west laterals below the hash marks. You're almost feeding into his strengths in that regard.
Kevin Woodley from Ingo Magazine and NHL.com joins us. Kevin, the Buffalo Sabres, break up the Sabres. They've won 6 in a row. They're playing very well. And you know what? You look at that 6-game winning streak. Alex Lyon had won the first 5. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen did play, and then he stopped 26 of 27. To me, people are talking, what are they going to do? It's a no-brainer. Colton Ellis is the guy moving out. I'm not even thinking twice about it.
Yeah, and after a great story, hot start, do believe and that'll be the challenge. Is Colton Ellis just get claimed right away by the St. Louis, who valued him as a prospect? It sounds like the Sabres really value him and they don't want to risk losing him. Maybe they continue with 3, although Jarmo Kekalainen indicated that's not his preference. Honestly, and I've said this to you guys before when asked Buffalo, I didn't understand why they'd gone away from Alex Lyon to the degree they had. None of the numbers from the goaltenders were jumping off the page in terms of elite top of the league, but his were the best of the 3. And since they gave him that chance to sort of establish himself, and to be honest, that chance started with 2 relief appearances, right? I think back-to-back in Calgary and Edmonton, where he comes on in relief. One, if I'm not mistaken, was a straight pull, and the second one was because Ellis got a concussion in a collision. So he comes back-to-back off the bench, wins one of those in relief, wins in Vancouver, goes to Seattle with, like, he's on a roll. Like, Alex Lyon is capable of this. Now, the key is treat him like a number one, but not a workhorse number one. Like, I don't know what the deal is. He gets in a rhythm like this and teams decide to play the wheels off him. Florida did it for a while. Buffalo's done it in the past. Like 5 in a row for Buffalo, I was starting to scratch my head. Like, does nobody learn the lesson? There becomes a point where too much is too much for him. And so you'd like to maybe see 3, like, as good as he's going right now, and I understand not wanting to lose the rhythm and the timing of it, I'm thinking 3 out of every 4 at the most, especially if you can get UPL going as well. And he comes off a win the other night and maybe get that to 2 out of 3. I'm with you. Like, those are my 2 guys right now. As good as Ellis was as a story and his first few starts, his numbers have dropped off since. You know, and from a future standpoint, Lyon was brought in sort of stopgap, much like they did with Reimer. At some point, you have to figure out, do you trust UPL to be the guy? When are you going to get Devin Levi up into this situation? So as long as they believe they have a chance to get back in a tight Eastern Conference, expect to see more of Alex Lyon. But if they get to a point, if this fades off and they get to a point where it's like, we really need to, once again, look to the future, how about actually looking to the future and bringing in the goalies who are going to be a big part of it?
Kevin, I don't know how much you're watching the World Juniors, but with their goaltending, how do you see that playing out?
I haven't watched much. I'm a massive Carter George fan, and I kind of see him as the guy. I haven't had a chance to watch a ton of Jackie. Is it? I always screw up his last name, so I don't want to butcher it. And I see. I don't know if they've made the cut in terms of the full right catcher from Prince George last year, Ravensburg, who was drafted in the first round. Like, is George and Ivankovic or Ivanisevic, or again, I don't have it in front of me, so I'm going to butcher it. I see those as 1 and 2. I see it as Carter George's job to lose, but I'm not watching it on a day-to-day basis, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm a huge Carter George guy long-term. Saw what he did in the American Hockey League when the Kings brought him in late in the season. I think he's a kid that's probably going to transition pretty quickly and pretty easily to pro game. There's a lot of elements of him that sort of seem ready built for the pro game. And so, you know, it doesn't always translate at the World Junior stage, but with his experience, the success he's had at the junior stage, I'd be surprised if it's not him. Let's put it that way.
Kev, I know you can't watch every league at all, but you know how Oiler fans are. They want to know every player, which is good, which is great. Connor Unger was bouncing around in the ECHL because the Oilers had 3 goalies in the ECHL, and they only have room for 2 on their team. And with Connor Ingram coming up, Connor Unger went to Bakersfield, played his first game, stopped 35-37, picks up the win. He'd been pretty good in the ECHL. What do you know about Unger? And like, obviously, I know that, you know, 1 game in the NHL is 1 game, or sorry, in the AHL is 1 game in the AHL. But he's 23. He'll be 24 next month. 6'2", around 200-pound goaltender. Is this a guy who, because goalies, man, can come out of nowhere for most of us. I don't know how close you follow him. What do you know about Unger, and what do you think about his chances maybe helping Edmonton down the road?
Well, I mean, honestly, like, goalies come out of nowhere. I just filed on undrafted goalies and the role they're playing around the NHL. We talked about Alex Lyon. You think of Logan Thompson. I think, Casey DeSmith, at top of my head, because I just filed the piece overnight last night, I want to say it was like 6 of the top 25 or 7 of the top 25 goalies in the National Hockey League. Brandon Busey, Devin Cooley, from a statistical standpoint this season, are undrafted guys. So this is where development comes in. And I don't have a ton on Connor Unger's game specifically. Again, now that he's in the American Hockey League, if he gets a couple more starts, I'll take a look at film. I'll give you guys a full breakdown. I actually wanted to have him on the Ingle Radio podcast. I'd heard good things about his approach and the way he sort of looks at the game shortly after the Oilers signed him, but they decided they didn't want him to do media at that time, which is totally fair. They just wanted him focusing on the game. I've heard a lot of good things about him, but I don't know a ton of specifics. At the end of the day, there are 2 things you want at this stage of his development. 1, the opportunity to play games. And while it may be ideal that that's happening in the ECHL or with other affiliates in the ECHL, as long as he's playing, that's key. 2, support for his game at that level. We are increasingly seeing teams and goalie departments that go down to 3 deep to make sure this is one of the most crucial stages of their development. And quite often it's been a stage where goalies are left without any goaltending coach support. You go down to the ECHL, where it's your biggest jump from junior to pro. And it's the one stage where too many teams don't have enough goalie coaching, goalie support, somebody to do game reviews, somebody to make sure their game is adjusting to the professional level. So without knowing for sure, my understanding was that might be a role that development and goalie scout Saleko, who used to coach in the National Hockey League with the Detroit Red Wings, and lots of good stories about him and the work he does, that might be a role that he's filling for them in the ECHL. That's something we've seen some teams do. We've seen some teams hire part-time or pay for part of a salary in ECHL guy. Some teams send their development guy, but that's crucial. Can't just leave them to their own devices because it's the ECHL. If you plan on them having a future beyond that, you need to support them when they're in that lowest league. Important to get minutes, but important that those minutes plan. And so that's a big part of this equation, I would imagine, for Connor Unger right now. And anybody, again, around the league talking to, there's a number of prospects that start in the ECHL. It's no longer an afterthought for goalies. And it's important that they're down there with a place and support for it.
Kev, enjoy surfing, my man. Have yourself an awesome Christmas, and we will talk to you again soon.
Or as I should say from here, Mele Kalikimaka, boys. Have a great one.
All right, there you go. That is Kevin Woodley from Ingo Magazine and NHL.com. 347. We'll come back. We'll get to 5 questions. Got to get rolling here on Mystery Monday and more. It's a Gregor Show presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
Go-to coffee spot, a trusted barber, even a lucky game day jersey. But when it's about looking your absolute best, there's only one name you need. Mr. Dirk. Family run since 1939. We're experts in crafting impeccable tailor-made suits and offering a wide variety of everyday styles. Pair that with personalized one-on-one fittings and the convenience of on-site tailoring. Mr. Dirk elevates your style game. Visit our Edmonton store or explore MrDirk.com. Score big on style with Mr. Dirk.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
And now Action Electrical's testing team is on defense duty. They're the guardians of safety and compliance, a critical part of any lineup.
Precisely. They perform rigorous safety and code compliance testing for commercial operations. Think of them as the referees, ensuring everything is up to standard before disaster strikes.
Their preventative plays are legendary, spotting faults early. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
After 20 years, Canada's most prestigious international hockey tournament returns. The Camrose Viking Cup, December 28th to January 4th at Encana Arena. Tickets at vikingcup.ca. Brought to you by Sports 1440.
Think your credit's not good enough for a new ride? Think again. Go Auto's car loan calculator is here to help. No commitments, no credit hits, just real answers. You tell us a few things, and we'll show you what you can afford. Text CREDIT to 780-777-7777. That's credit to 780 all sevens. Go Auto. We do the math, so you can do the driving.
The holiday break was made for Oil Kings Hockey at Rogers Place. Family fun that's second to none, starting at just $20 a seat.
This Family Fun Sunday in Ice District, your Edmonton Oil Kings face the Lethbridge Hurricanes in the annual Dino Day game.
Enjoy the Kids Fun Zone with face painting and bouncy castles. Dinosaurs will be roaming the concourse all game and playing games at intermissions.
Plus, 4 Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less. The value is T-Rex sized.
Oil Kings, Hurricanes, Dino Day, 4 p.m. Sunday.
Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20 at oilkings.ca.
The job won't wait. Why should you? At AWS Welding Supplies and Repairs, conveniently located in Nisku, we've got everything you need to get it done. From product sales to servicing and calibrating machines, we're your one-stop shop. We're a proud, locally owned and operated business, committed to serving our community with a proven track record of customer service. Don't let a broken tool slow you down. We offer fast repairs and free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. AWS Welding. We make it happen.
Picture this. You're sleeping and
You're awake, but it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. What's this? You can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce. A happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee, still just $1 plus tax every day. And see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada. Prices exclude delivery.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Papa John's. Get 3 large specialty pizzas for only $54.99. Perfect for game night. Use promo code 3LG at papajohns.ca or on the Papa John's app.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
$351. Welcome back. Gregor, Brown, Halley, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Hope you are having a lovely Monday afternoon as we roll through. It's time to get to It's a Gregor Show is always brought to you by PlayAlberta.ca. Remember, use the promo code Gregor50 and you get a free $50 play when you make a $50 deposit. Also, tomorrow, $80 million up for grabs in Lotto Max and 43 Max Millions. There's a lot of chances to win. Good luck. PlayAlberta.ca. As time now to get to 5 questions brought to you by The Brick. The Boxing Day blowout is back. Be one of the first 10 customers in line to receive a $50 credit. You get 5-hour door crashes, 70% off genuine leather and reclining sofas, and all day you can buy any TV or appliance and get a $50 credit towards furniture, home decor, and more. And free local delivery at The Brick and thebrick.com on Boxing Day.
It's time for 5 questions on the Jason Gregor Show.
All right, guys, question number 1 for you. Earlier today on the Kevin Carrier Show, insider Frank Saravalli mentioned the Oilers and Marc-Andre Fleury. Do you think there's any chance that there could be something there and the two sides linking up?
I guess if someone like that is available, I think as a GM, you'd probably want to pursue that and just see where the interest level is. I'm not sure if he'd want to come here, but I'm not sure if they need him. Maybe it's he's getting older, hasn't played, so it's not a guarantee. But I mean, it is interesting, intriguing, just for the fact that he's had a ton of playoff success too.
Yeah, I don't know, like. I don't see any interest in going after Fleury until you see what you got in Connor Ingram.
Yeah.
Right. So because you have Connor Ingram here. I get that Phillip Rivers is, hey, look at him. After 5 years, Fleury's only been out 7 months since he played. And he's always been a guy in good shape. He could be an unreal locker room guy like that. That's the one element of Fleury that he could bring and calm guys down. Like, he's a great jokester and a prankster, and I think that this team could use that a bit, and he would help you, I think, calm their nerves in the postseason. How much does he have left as a goalie? I don't know. He hasn't played in a while, but I guess I would look at it, but I'd first try Connor Ingram.
But I feel like they have that a little bit. Is Pickard not one of the glue guys? That's what I hear, right?
Yeah, but he's not. I think it's different when you're the superstar starter. You can play a lot of different jokes on guys, but Pickard isn't that level of like. Yeah. I haven't seen him fill guys' cars up with styrofoam or anything like that Fleury does. Like,
it's a different budget.
Pickard's a funny guy who likes to have fun, but yeah, he's not a prankster. Yeah. I think he's a funny guy. I don't know if he's a prankster.
Question number 2, very small sample size, but Connor Ingram, what did you make of his performance?
I liked it. I mean, I thought that early power play, I thought he did a great job making some big saves and probably building a lot of confidence in himself. How could you not like it? I thought he looked, composed, and when he made saves, he looked like he was prepared to make the second save. So thought he handled himself really well after the game. And for a guy that hasn't been in an NHL rink, or played an NHL game look really good.
Yeah, first game in, first game for lots of guys. There's adrenaline, there's emotion, you're excited, you run on that. And you know what? I thought Edmonton did a really good job of allowing him to feel his way into the game. They didn't give up breakaways. They didn't give up 2-on-1s early on in that first period. I don't even know if he faced a really high danger chance in the first period, which is good. So I think the team was aware of the situation. Their second half of back-to-back, they played pretty well. But I thought in the third period, in the final 50 minutes, when it was a one-goal game, that's where he looked the best. So that's a good sign.
Question number 3 right now, a great race for the points lead in the NHL. Connor McDavid is 62, McKinnon 61, 2 games in hand. But of course, McDavid has really been coming on as of late. Who do you think will lead the league in points? Either of those two or other?
I just think those two for me are just at a different level. I mean, they're so special to watch. I don't get to see McKinnon as much, obviously, as I get to watch McDavid, but they're two just, explosive, dynamic players, great skill set. Man, we are just like, watching the game yesterday and just the way he's playing at the level that he's playing against. I never got an opportunity to watch Gretzky play, but he's the closest to me to Gretzky. He's just so dynamic in the plays that he makes and the fact that he's doing it against these types of players and there's no surprises with the coaching and he's still able to do it is just mind-blowing.
Well, right now it's hard because McDavid's on a heater, right? He's got 26 points in 10 games. He's made up in the last 10 games, he's made up 9 points on McKinnon. Right, McKinnon's had 17 in his last 10, which is pretty good stretch, right? But McDavid has 26, so he's definitely feeling it now. So obviously, I think there's some recency bias for me, and the fact that McKinnon's actually. But I'll say this: McKinnon's never won the Art Ross. He would love to win it, so he's motivated by it. Now. McDavid would like to win his 6th because then he moves into the category only Lemieux and Gretzky, right? So there's that element there, but I'll say McDavid with the caveat is as long, the other one will win if one of these guys gets nicked up. And even if he missed a week, that might be the difference.
Question number 4. Colts only 4.5-point underdogs. They take on the Niners tonight at playalberta.ca. The over-under, 46. Which way would you guys be leaning? Is there any other prop bet you like?
I'll go San Francisco to cover, McCaffrey to get a TD, and Jonathan Taylor to get a TD as well.
Well, I definitely don't like that because I'm playing in a guillotine league and the guy I'm playing has Taylor, but I'm up on him big, so I just need Kittle to have an okay game. But I'm gonna say the 49ers and the points for sure. I think that's a lot. I would hammer that one pretty good. And I'm gonna take the over tonight, Connor Halley.
I like it. Phil might get there himself. Question number 5. Since we're hearing it everywhere, what are your top 3 Christmas songs?
I love this time of year. I mean, I love listening to Christmas music. I always have it on. So I kind of like the old stuff, the Elvis Presley, not King Cole. But I also like, and you hear it all the time. Everyone's kind of sick of it, I'm sure. But the Mariah Carey.
All I Want for Christmas.
All I Want for Christmas.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran does a good one with Elton John. Merry Christmas. And, maybe go anything not King Cole.
It's the most wonderful time of year. Andy Williams would be one of my faves. Silent Night, Oh Holy Night is just a classic. It's a great song. I don't even care who sings it, to be honest. I kind of like, I think it's Brenda Lee who does Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Yeah.
So that would be, I'm trying to think, is there like a, and then I'm going to go with Bob and Doug McKenzie's 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, you like that one?
Oh, buddy, it's so funny.
Really? You like the old stuff or new stuff, though? I kind of like the old. My wife is always like,
I don't
so sleepy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I know a new Christmas song.
Or I guess I like Boney M, like the upbeat kind of.
Oh, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, I don't mind the Boney M song. I quite like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say I'm probably more like songs from when you're younger. And they say that psychologically, most of us, the songs in your teenage years are the ones that you still later on in life are a lot of times your favorites, right? I did listen to was it Bing Crosby?
He's got
yeah. And I was listening because my son actually's like, "Hey, Dad, can you find a Christmas station?" So I searched around, I found one, and actually just listened to Breeze because it was local. It was good.
Yeah.
And it was quite good. And he was just like, "Dad, he's got a pretty good voice." I'm like, "Yeah." So that's a good. Now there's another song. I don't know who sings it. I think it's like, is it called? It might be called like "Baby, Please Come Home for Christmas." Yeah, that's the song. I don't know.
They're so
who sang it at all, but "Baby, Please Come Home." That's the song. Cons, do you know who sings that song?
Looks like there's a Michael Bublé version.
No, it's older than him. Like this is like I think the
Darlene
original.
Love.
Darlene Love?
I mean,
like 1964 or something like that?
It looks pretty, pretty aged.
Okay. Yeah, that would be the one. You might have to play it, Cons.
I'm game. I'll look it up right now.
What about Wham's Last Christmas? Yeah. Well, buddy, you love Brokeback Mountain as if you don't love Wham, and that's got to be right on your top for sure.
Never going to live that down, ever.
White Christmas, Bing Crosby. That's a classic, right? So I'm trying to think of other songs that have like classic Christmas tales.
That's the first thing I do. I get up, I turn on the Christmas tree, and I put 107.9 on, have a coffee.
Really?
Love it.
Okay. All right.
But then, right, like Boxing Day, shut it off, put the tree down, get it out of here.
You're up and down
I'm so
quick.
done with Christmas.
Okay. All right. Brownie, have yourself a good Christmas. You done your shopping?
Pretty much. I think my mom's
So the
here with
answer is no.
Well, there's always
What, your
something I
mom's
gotta-
taking you shopping?
She's out with my son right now. So I gotta meet up with them.
Oh, you got to meet up with
She
them.
wants to grab me something. I'm like, I don't need anything. So we're gonna find something.
Oh, maybe a new favorite movie. You never know. Brownie, have a good one. We'll chat with you after Christmas.
Yeah, everyone have a great holiday.
Let's get to the Con Man and a Sports 1440 update brought to you by our good friends at Fountain Tire. Take care of your vehicle and your vehicle and your focus to enjoy winter driving worry-free. Book your appointment at fountaintire.com. Hey, have a good Christmas, man. Yeah, we'll probably see you out at the.
Oh, yeah, I'll be.
Uh,
Are you guys doing a lunch or anything like that? You know what? Because it's Christmas.
4 games in the NHL tonight, starting at 5. Got the Blues, Lightning, Flyers taking on the Canucks, Ducks and Kraken and the Jackets in Los Angeles. The Maple Leafs have fired assistant coach Mark Savard after a year and a half with the organization. In the NFL, Week 16 concludes tonight. You've got the Niners heading to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Kickoff 6:15. Off the field, the Kansas City Chiefs announcing today that they've entered into an agreement with the state of Kansas to play their games there beginning in 2031. The agreement includes a $3 billion domed stadium to be built, along with the new Chiefs headquarters and training facility, all in Kansas. Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf has been suspended without pay for 2 games for conduct detrimental to the NFL for initiating a physical confrontation with a fan during Sunday's game against the Lions, while Chargers linebacker Denzel Perriman also suspended for 2 games for repeated violation of rules intended to protect opposing players. In the CFL, the Edmonton Elks announcing the signings of American quarterback Zach Zabrowski, American wideouts Justin McGriff, JJ Jones, and Justin Lockhart, along with national wide receivers Colby Herford, Jackson Tuchinski, and national offensive lineman Domenico Piazza. In the association tonight, you've got the Hornets and Cavs, Celtics hosting the Pacers, Jazz take on the Nuggets, Warriors head to the to battle the host the Magic, and the Pistons taking on the Trailblazers. Coming up in hour 3 of the Jason Gregor Show, we'll hear another edition of Cam Tate's 2-minute warning, ask 5 questions, and be joined by Dave McCarthy from SiriusXM NHL. I'm Connor Halley. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Ring in the new year with a Canadian country legend. December 31st, in concert at the Silent Ice Center in Nisku. Brett Kissel. She drives me crazy. With special guests Haley Benedict and Morgan Clyburn. Bring your friends, your cowboy boots, and your party spirit for a night full of hits, celebration, and unforgettable memories. Hosted by Chris Sheets. The countdown to 2026 starts with Brett Kissel live on stage. Get your tickets now at silenticecenter.com/events.
You've got a go-to coffee spot, a trusted barber, even a lucky game day jersey. But when it's about looking your absolute best, there's only one name you need, Mr. Dirk. Family run since 1939, we're experts in crafting impeccable tailor-made suits and offering a wide variety of everyday styles. Pair that with personalized one-on-one fittings and the convenience of on-site tailoring. Mr. Dirk elevates your style game. Visit our Edmonton store or explore MrDirk.com. Score big on style with Mr. Dirk.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Tired of the same old holiday tunes? Spice things up with the sound of a Wilhauk beef jerky bag being torn open. It's the carol that everyone wants to hear, promising a chorus of tender, perfectly spiced beef jerky. This holiday season, make sure you're Wilhawking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Available at Wilhauk Beef Jerky in Leduc.
Cantork has turned 25. That's right, 25 years of building tools so good, they practically torque themselves. Hard work and innovation equals problem solved. See our latest designs at cantork.com.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
When you have lifting and material handling needs, Northwest Crane delivers. Western Canada's Sandy dealer, backed by the industry's toughest one. 3 years, 3,000 hours, no compromises. They service all crane makes and models with skilled technicians and deep industry expertise. Alberta owned with locations in Leduc and Grand Prairie and fully equipped service trucks. Northwest Crane keeps your operation lifting. For more information on sales or service, visit northwestcrane.com or call today.
I'm Grant Fedork from Leading Edge Physiotherapy, and sadly, some people think orthotics are just glorified shoe cushions. But I've seen a runner drop 8 minutes off her marathon, a grandmother ditch her painkillers, and a 12-year-old nail her long jump, all thanks to custom foot orthotics. So if your feet are screaming for help, flat, high, or funky, that pain's heading to your knees, hips, even your lower back, our professionals will assess you and, if indicated, custom fabricate a pair of orthotics made just for you. Happy feet make a happy person. Feet shouldn't hurt. LeadingEdgePhysio.com.
Hold up. Are you pulling my beard? Booster Juice has 2 new booster balls for the holidays this year.
That's right, Santa. The Eggnog Booster Ball and Caramel Pecan Pie Booster Ball are 2 new flavors to put some extra jingle in your step. So are you a pie guy, Santa, or a nog guy?
Both!
Good call. That's extra jolly. Happy holidays from your friends at Booster Juice. Canadian born, blending since 1999.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Leading Edge Physio. From weekend warriors to professional athletes, kids playing soccer to grandparents in the garden, rotator cuff tears and tendonitis to post-surgical knees and hips. We fix your body. Life shouldn't hurt. LeadingEdgePhysio.com.
This is Sports 1440, where Edmonton talks sports.
On YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Here's Jason Gregor.
Brought to you by PlayAlberta.ca.
That's the song, Cons. It's a classic. Oof. I like it. Great tune. Honestly, I never would have guessed Darlene Love. So shout out Darlene Love. Fantastic song. I've heard it many times. I can never remember the artist, but that's a great Christmas tune. Welcome back. It is the Gregor Show presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website where 100% of the revenue stays right here in the lovely province at PlayAlberta.ca. Oilers, of course, taking on the Calgary Flames tomorrow. Then they, like everybody else in the NHL, has a 3-day Christmas break. There'll be no games on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and then the NHL will get back rolling on Saturday. There'll be 13 games the Saturday, 5 on the Sunday, and then 11 on Monday. The Oilers will be playing Saturday, Monday, Wednesday. So they play Saturday in Calgary, Monday in Winnipeg, and then they're home to the Boston Bruins on New Year's Eve. So there you have it. Month of giving. We've had a great month. Really good. So tried something new today. It's gone all right. We'll see how it goes here. We're halfway through. So it's something different. We have 9 packages to bid on. It's a little bit of a mystery, right? There's 9 packages, and they're all worth a minimum $500. Okay, so the minimum 5, that's 5 times 9, 4,500, right? That'd be great. Now, some are worth more. And so how you works today is you send in a bid. Got to be minimum 500 because we're only taking face value, nothing less. So you make your bid. By 9:30, we'll text you if the top 9 bids will win. And then the highest bid gets to pick which package they want. So if there's a package you 100% want, well, then obviously you bid a little bit more to ensure you get it. Now, they're valued from $500 up to $1,500. Okay, so here's the packages we have. We have, and a little bit of a surprise, although if you search around, the answers are out there on the internet. But we have a GC from Crystal Glass and Meatheads combined. So one's at Crystal Glass, the other one's at Meathead. Of course, if you like meat, it's a great place to go. We also have a GC at Fountain Tire West End. Tires, pretty important. If you have a vehicle, you're going to need them at some point. We also have to go out to eat at First Round, the Taco Shop, and Five and Dive, a combination of GCs for all 3 places in one. We also have GC at Wilhock Beef Jerky. Not only beef jerky, they got the sausage, they got the bratwurst, they got ground beef, they got a lot of meat. If you like meat, that's the place to go. So then now we have some other packages. We have the 12-person suite at the Riverhawks game with 12 beer bats. Every game is available except Canada Day because it's already sold out. Okay. Then we also have a spa package at RG Spa Beauty and Wellness. Gentlemen, maybe you forgot about, what am I getting my wife for Christmas? I have no idea. Well, there you go. You can get her that. And you get, you and a friend will tee it up with myself and Grant Fedoric at the Royal Mayfair Golf Club. Private course, a lot of fun. Have some drinks and some food. Away you go. So that's another package. We also have the full motion karting simulator with virtual reality headset. You're going to get in that bad boy and it's like you're driving. Trust me, I did it. And after 15 minutes, I was gassed. I couldn't believe how tired I was, but it's awesome. Livingston will oversee all that from Full Send Karting. So, and he'll host it. So I have some snacks and bevies as well. So they'll have a lot of fun. We also have a 12-person suite to any remaining Oil Kings game this year, and there's lots of good ones. They've been on the road a ton. They got lots of games. Friday, Saturday night, you're looking for a great night out. The Oil Kings are good. Maybe you want to wait till after the trade deadline, see who they added. So just a thought. We also have and this is for the golfers. Ladies, gents, if you got a golfer in your family who needs to get better at putting, most of you do, this is how you do it. You get a hand-built custom putter and the custom putter fitting, which is like multiple hours, no joke. Like it runs through everything, biometrics evaluation, putting motion analysis. The putter will have a custom shaft setup, personalized grip, and built to your fitting specifications. And that's courtesy of Fitted Golf and the Putters Guru. Okay? So there you have it. Now, our top bid right now, we have $897, we have 2 at $700, and we have 2 at $550. Okay? So we can get in some more. 833-401-1440. Okay? 833-401-1440. Just make a bid. Very easy. It's helping out the Christmas Bureau and Santa's Anonymous. Still lots of kids who might go without, so let's try to help them out here today. So you're going to get something, probably at minimum, you're getting everything back, right? You donate $500, but lots of packages are worth more. So let's get those in. We need at least 4 more bids of $500 minimum, but obviously we'd like a little bit higher, and away you go. 833-401-1440 on Mystery Monday. It's a pretty good bevy of prizes, I will say. Now, if you want to bid on 2, someone asked, Greg, can I make 2 bids? Yes, you can. If there's 2 packages you want, just bid. Say, this is my first bid, this is my second bid. As long as both are over 500, knock your socks off. No problem with it at all. So 833-401-1440. We do have lots of texts to get to. We are going to join by Conrad comes in at 5:50 as well. So there we go. Hey, Greg's, what area do you think the Oilers need to make a trade for? Bottom 6, defense, top 6. I like our top 6 when healthy. Concerns the lack of energy in secondary scoring. I like what Clattenburg brings from OG Bear. Well, for me, it's a top 6 scoring winger. That would be priority number 1 if I was the Edmonton. That's what I'd be looking at. And then everything else is going to come in on, salary cap, money in, money out. That's going to be the challenge for them. I like a little bit more, and I'm going to use a word that some of you hate, a little bit more truculence on the fourth line. Yeah. Like, Connor Clattenburg in very limited minutes. I like what he brought. Brought a lot of energy. I would like to probably in the playoffs. Do I want someone with more experience? Yeah, probably. But we'll see. To me, the reason I get a scoring winger because then Nugent Hopkins is in my bottom six. Now, I know the bottom six hadn't scored a ton. They've started to score a little bit again. Right? They actually scored a lot in October. It was November until December 15th. They had a 6-week stretch where they sucked offensively. They couldn't score to save their life. But if you actually look at it, their fourth line production the last 5 games has been fine. Bottom six production. Adam Henrique's got to score more. There's no question. Trent Frederic's got to score more. Right? If Mangiapane is in your bottom six and he's on pace to score 15 goals, it's actually good production. It's not bad. But I think if I move Nugent Hopkins down and I get Kasperi Kapanen back, I think then my bottom six becomes stronger. That's how I view it. Right? Like the Oilers have had a lot of games where, last game was the first game where you had Nugent Hopkins, Hyman, Roslovic, McDavid, and Draisaitl all in the lineup at the same time. Right? So they're 1-0 with all 5 of them in the lineup. And keep mentioning that Jake Wallman hasn't played much either. So that's going to help their team overall when he gets in and hopefully stays in the lineup. So we'll see. But, and the other one is, hey, like Trent Frederic, he can't produce less than he's produced already. It'd be very difficult. It's been a brutal start. No one can deny that. Obviously got healthy scratch. That's not great. Hey, Greggs, would you play Frederic again or would you rest him 2 games? I don't know if I want him going in because that's now, unless they say, hey, let's just give him a week off. Right? Well, it wouldn't even be a week it would be a week because he played Saturday in Minnesota and they didn't play Sunday and they don't play again till Sunday. So I don't know what the mindset is of the player. Would it be worse or better to just say, okay, Trent, we're just going to give you the 2 days off before Christmas. Just try to exhale. Watch the game from above. We got invited into a suite last night for the second and third period with my son. He'd never sat up there before. And his wife's like, Dad, I can see the game from here. You can see above, the game, it's just a different viewpoint. And so sometimes maybe players, they go upstairs and the game does look easier from there, but it's also a reminder of maybe I do have a little bit more time than I think. So you try everything with Frederic to get out of his funk. It's a bad first 36 games for him, no question. But I'd like to believe, now he might not get on an 18-goal pace. Oh my God, could he get on a 10 or 12, 14-goal pace? That would be acceptable. You'd be like, okay, he's bottom 6 guy, 14 goals. I'll tell you right now, not every team's bottom 6 guys score 14 goals. The only team I think that had everybody do that might have been the Seattle, that freakish year they had in 2023. And then they got rid of all their fourth line, which is still one of the dumbest decisions. And look where they are now. We don't want to pay those guys. They scored lots. We don't want to pay them $2 million. I could see why maybe Daniel Sprong, sure. But you could have signed Morgan Geekie for $2 million. But you let him walk because you didn't want to, because you were worried that what he would get in arbitration. What a terrible decision that was. Oh man. Was that a bad decision? Kind of like Oilers fans, when you think the Oilers should have drafted Wallstead. You were correct. They should have. That was a bad decision. Let's get to the 2-minute warning with Cam Tate, brought to you by Legacy Heating and Cooling, home of the no payments, no interest for 1 year on your furnace. It's cold outside. Stay warm. LegacyHeating.ca. Cam Tate, longtime journalist in town. Cam, of course, born with cerebral palsy. He's in a wheelchair. He's never let him slow him down. He's always wanted to be in radio. Couldn't until now. Through the wonders of technology, Cam's words come to life in the 2-minute warning.
We all got them, don't we? Ugly Christmas sweaters. And by ugly, I mean knitted by a blind raccoon during an earthquake. More colors than a crayon box that fell down the stairs. You only wear it once a year because legally, morally, and spiritually, you can't do that to yourself twice. Ain't that right, Sterling Dirk? So we said, Let's take the ugly Christmas sweater, the most confusing garment in human history, and stitch it straight into the big 2-minute warning poll. We asked the people if last night's Oilers game against the Vegas Golden Knights was basically an ugly Christmas sweater. Ugly Christmas sweater. Because for the first 33 minutes, oh baby, that thing fit like it was tailored in Milan. Clean seams, tight hem, pressed, ironed, looking sharp. The Oilers were a house of fire, stitched together tighter than grandma's good quilting scissors drawer. Up 4-0 they were. Then somebody tossed that sweater in the dryer on high heat. It shrunk. It twisted. The seams started popping like popcorn. Threads flying everywhere. Buttons ricocheting off the walls. Next thing you know, it's 4-3, and we've got ourselves a full-blown barn burner. Sometimes in life, and hockey, you just gotta wear the ugly Christmas sweater. Here's how the poll stitched up. 42% said, merry start, naughty end. Nice bodice, disaster in the lining. 36% said, and listen close here, Connor Halley, ho ho no, third period. Absolute wardrobe malfunction. 18% said the stitching pretty near came out. Emergency alterations, safety pins, duct tape. And 6%, never forget the 6, said coal-worthy coverage. Hopefully the Oilers have folded that thing up, shoved it in the back of the closet. And before we finish hemming this mess together, December 22nd is a big day for the 3 wise men in my life. My dad Harold, my grandson Nick, and Marty Forbes. Happy birthday, gentlemen. High-quality stitching, no loose threads, built to last. There you go. Thanks for coming. 2-minute warning. Gregor, Halley, Kruger. Is it your birthday too? Happy birthday. And me, Santa Cam. Sports 1440 S.
Happy birthday to all the other December 22nders out there. Quick break. We will return. Dave McCarthy will join us. The Maple Leafs have made a coaching change, not to their head coach, but to their assistant coach who's in charge of their woeful power play. Mark Savard, who is a pretty dynamic player himself. He's the guy walking the plank for the woes of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, we'll get into it with Dave, but I'm like, man, when you hang it on your assistant coach who's in charge of your power play, and yeah, their power play stinks. I don't disagree with that. But Austin Matthews has 3 power play goals. Tavares 2, William Nylander 2, Matthew Nyes 2. And then Roy Robertson and Bobby McCann each have 1. They've got a grand total of 12 power play goals all season long. Okay? Their power play is awful. It's the worst in the NHL. 13.3%. Is it just the coach? Like, I don't know, man. Like, the players on the ice decide things. We talked about, hey, can you make the pass? Like, you might have the odd set play on the power play, but a lot of it is you're ad-libbing, you're challenging, you're working in it. Like, I don't know. This seems like somebody's walking the plank just for the sake of walking the plank before Christmas. So we'll discuss it next on The Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
Now for today's holiday special, Legacy Heating and Cooling saves Christmas. Santa's furnace broke down in the shop last night, and the elves couldn't make any toys, that's right, so Santa called up his pals at Legacy Heating. Ho, 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 golly gee, 1 year, no payments, interest-free, and the elves are working merrily with a brand new furnace from Legacy. Happy holidays from Legacy Heating and Cooling.
They're not just a grocery store. They're a butcher, a baker, a cafe, deli, rotisserie pizza, and restaurant, all under one roof. Loca Quality Market does food differently with 2 locations to serve you. Edmonton and Sherwood Park. Visit loca.ca.
You matter. Your mental health matters, and you're braver than you think. Not Alone is an organization focused on creating a space of acceptance and support through tough, meaningful conversation. My name is Tyler Smith, and you are never alone. NotAloneCo.com. It's okay to not be okay.
The Bricks Boxing Day blowout is back. Be one of the first 10 customers in line to receive a $50 credit towards any purchase. Plus, shop incredible 5-hour door crashers, like 70% off genuine leather and reclining sofas when you buy the matching love seater chair. And all day, buy any TV or appliance and get a $50 credit towards furniture, home decor, and mattresses. Plus, free local delivery on purchases over $4.99. Some exclusions apply. The Brick, saving you more.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Looking for the perfect used ride? Now's the time. Drive away for as little as $25 bi-weekly. Go Auto has over 7,500 used vehicles in stock with something for everyone. From budget-friendly cars and road trip-ready SUVs to powerful work-ready trucks. With around 70 locations across Canada, your next vehicle is closer than you think. Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or buying for the first time, we've got the right ride at the right price. But don't wait. These deals won't stick around forever. Start shopping today at goauto.ca.
The job isn't done until the last load is hauled, and having a semi-trailer out of commission is not an option. Whether replacing or adding to your convoy, Edmonton Trailer has a huge inventory of new and used semi-trailers, trusted by the gravel, logging, oil field, fluids, and freight industries. Find a trailer right for you online or at one of their 3 locations. For sales, service, parts, rental, and finance, when you're in it for the long haul, Edmonton Trailer.
The job won't wait. Why should you? At AWS Welding Supplies and Repairs, conveniently located in Nisku, we've got everything you need to get it done. From product sales to servicing and calibrating machines, we're your one-stop shop. We're a proud, locally owned and operated business, committed to serving our community with a proven track record of customer service. Don't let a broken tool slow you down. We offer fast repairs and free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. AWS Welding. We make it happen.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake. But it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. What's this? You can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce. A happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee. Still just $1 plus tax every day. And see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada. Prices exclude delivery.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Culligan for all your residential water needs. Your local water treatment company, more than just big bottles, Culligan.com.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
$428. Welcome back. It is the Gregor Show, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca, YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the show. We always appreciate it. Brought to you by PlayAlberta.ca, where, hey, I'll be watching. Hopefully one of you wins the 80 million Lotto Max tomorrow, or 43 Max Millions. Just keeps growing. Jeez. Be fun. Better odds. Check it out. PlayAlberta.ca. Of course, in the NHL tonight, there is 5 games, and then they'll take a little bit of a break after Tuesday's games for 3 days. Actually, sorry, only 4 games tonight. Let's break up the Canucks. They're rolling. They're in Philadelphia. The Blues in Tampa Bay, Columbus in LA, and the Kraken are in Anaheim. So quite a bit of Pacific Division teams going at it tonight. Let's get to our big guest of the day, brought to you by Silent Ice Sports Entertainment. Guess what's happening? New Year's Eve. You thought about it? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, guess what? Go there if you like music, like a little country twang. You like a great atmosphere, great venue. Well, Brett Kissel will be on stage ringing in the new year with you. You can make it a date night. You can make it a family night. Be loads of fun. Get your tickets at silenticecenter.com. As Dave McCarthy from SiriusXM joins us. We switched days around because Dave knew he had read into his crystal ball that something was coming. And Mark Savard, Dave, The coach, clearly the reason the power play guys on the ice only have 12 goals, worst in the NHL, is because the coach on the bench is causing them not to put the puck in the net on the power play. Make it make sense, this firing.
Yeah, I mean, I did look into my crystal ball on Sunday, and I did know something was coming, and that was a 4 p.m. game on a Tuesday, which would have caused us problems. So that's why I asked, but it works out well here. Look, Mark Savard's been in the role since June of 2024, and the power play has done nothing but get worse in that time. Is it all on him? Probably not. But I think it's time for a change as well, because the power play just has been really, really poor. And if the Leafs are going to be a team where they're not going to be physical, they're not going to be gritty, they're not going to play good quality forechecking, grinded out type hockey, which they've not shown an interest in wanting to play, then they better be damn good on the power play, and they haven't been. And so I think it was at the point now where they had to make a change. They're worst in the NHL right now, and they should not be worst in the NHL with the talent that they can run out there. But again, I don't think it should entirely absolve the players, but I think a new voice was probably the right thing. And I think what it is an indication of is that they'd rather not fire Craig Berube, so they'll try minor change before major change is required. Because what I can tell you is Keith Pelly, the guy who runs the whole enterprise, Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, the Leafs, the Raptors, TFC, the whole 9 yards, restaurants, big Craig Berube guy, does not want to fire Craig Berube. In fact, at his press conference in May, when the Leafs lost in the second round of the Panthers, Keith Pelly was talking about the fact that Craig Berube should have a larger hand in the Leafs operation, and was talking about him along the lines of European soccer coaches that Keith had garnered experience with working in Europe in a number of different ventures. So he's a big Craig Berube guy. They don't want to fire Craig Berube right now. But the Leafs are at the point now where if they had come home tomorrow and there is no change whatever, they're already not selling out the building. It's starting to hit them on the bottom line. And that's really what precipitates change, generally speaking.
Yeah. Well, the bottom line might have to do with some overpriced tickets has part of it to do, for sure. Hey, the people don't have as much disposable income for just going to sporting events, and especially when your team's not playing very well right now. You look at the Maple Leafs and we're coming up on game 40 here pretty soon, Dave. It becomes more kind of like, okay, what is half the season? Now, the good news for the Maple Leafs is, as bad as they played, they look and say, okay, we're only 6 points out of the playoffs and we have a game in hand. It's not the worst position to be in, but you got to pass a lot of teams there. And there's the Buffalo Sabres are suddenly winners of 6 in a row. And they're like, hey, we got a chance. The Ottawa Senators have won 4 in a row. We got a chance. The New York Rangers are playing better. The Panthers have won 7 of their last 10. The problem for Toronto is, they're 6 back, but there's lots of teams ahead of them, and those other teams are starting to play better.
Well, that's exactly it. The gap doesn't seem so insurmountable, but it does when you look at the out-of-town scoreboard at 11:30 on whatever night you're looking at it. And even if they've won, you look, well, Detroit's won, Boston won, Tampa won, Florida. You can't gain any ground. And even if you go on a little bit of a run, you think, oh, it should be in a good spot now. You're not, because even if 4 of the 5 teams ahead of you lose, someone won, and thus you're not gaining much ground. It's very, very difficult to gain ground at this time of the year. And what I always say, when a team is trying to fight back from a deficit of this nature, as Toronto is, they're 6 points out right now. 6 points, that's not that bad. Okay, so what's reasonable to ask? Win 5 in a row? Okay. So that's good. But number one, can you expect the Leafs to win 5 in a row the way they've been playing lately? Like, that in and of itself is a big ask. Not unreasonable, but big considering they haven't been good. So let's say they do it. They win 5 in a row. Okay, there's 10 points. 10 points. But in that time, other teams that you're chasing will probably go at minimum 500. So let's call it 5 games. So let's call it 5 points. Like you might gain 2, maybe 3 points. And that's 2 weeks. And you're still 2 or 3 points up. And then you got to do it again. And so it just makes it that much more difficult to gain ground. So it's not insurmountable, but they're at the point now where if they keep throwing games away where they're not accumulating points, it becomes too difficult. Once you get into the new year and you see 8-9 points, I mean, that's season over at this point, especially if you have 3 or 4 or 5 teams to pass, which they do.
Dave McCarthy from Sirius XM joins us. Dave, what did you make of the deals on Friday? Because it's being Friday trade deadline, right before the roster freeze. Columbus, who's in the basement in the East, goes out and gets Marchment, which I still think that trade was made because they plan on re-signing him. When I look at some of the guys with expiring contracts, that's going to be my guess for that deal. What do you think of the other one?
The Philippe Danault deal, that made a lot of sense. I had said that long before it happened. Yeah, it would look good back in Montreal. It's Philippe Danault. They need another center iceman. And what that'll do is it'll give Montreal the ability, Marty St. Louis, to apply his lineup against his competition a little bit differently. Philippe Danault is one of the premier checking centers in the National Hockey League. So you can build a checking line around Philippe Danault and then free up Nick Suzuki for even more offensive minutes. Jake Evans for more offensive minutes. And Philippe Danault really excels in a defensive role. I thought they were lean up the middle of the ice. Now, I think they're in pretty good shape. That should help them quite a bit. So that made a ton of sense to me because it had become clear that in Los Angeles, that relationship between the Kings and Danault had come to an end. So good deal there for Montreal's standpoint. For Columbus's standpoint, look, I can tell you there's a lot of disappointment in Columbus right now with how the season has played out because this was a team that thought of itself as one on the rise in the offseason with a number of people involved in that organization that I talked to in the summertime. They expect it to be much better than the position they're in right now. So there is disappointment there. Why they're in the position they are, it's hard to say. But I know there's disappointment. And so Mason Marchment is the type of guy that, clearly was not working in Seattle. They move him along and he's the type of guy that I think can add a little bit of rambunctiousness to a lineup. He can play a little bit in your face. That might be what Don Waddell is thinking that they need. But like we just talked about with the Leafs, they're at a point now in Columbus where the gap is becoming that much more difficult to overcome. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, but I agree with you. I think they look at Mason Marchment as a guy that can be re-signed probably at a reasonable number and can help insulate some of the younger players that they have on that in that organization that I think are good and that I think are going in a good direction. But like so many young teams, there's too much on their plate. And I think what, Anaheim, for instance, the Ducks did a really good job of in the summertime is bringing in some veterans to take some of the responsibility off of their younger players. You bring in Chris Kreider, you bring in Mikael Granlund, you bring in Jacob Trouba. All of a sudden, you're not asking for the world from Cutter Gauthier or Beckett Seneca or Jackson Lacombe on the back end. You've got some veterans to insulate them, to put the young players in roles where they're more likely to have success. And we're seeing that right now in Anaheim. Columbus tried to an extent. They brought in Charlie Coyle, but I don't think they did enough in the summertime to take some of the responsibility off of the Kirill Marchenkos and the Dmitry Voronkovs and the Adam Fantillis and, the Cole Sillingers, who it feels like he's been around forever, but he's still a young guy. I don't think they did enough. So I think they need to bring in a few more of those guys to take some of the responsibility off of those guys because it's proven to be a little bit too much. Again, Kent Johnson, another guy, again this year, they've been overmatched in too many games. They're finding ways to lose. So I think it's a smart deal, Mason Marchment. On the surface, in the short term, may not make a difference this year, but if they can re-sign him, I think he's a good guy to have within that organization to surround a good, I still believe, a good group of young players in Columbus.
Dave McCarthy from SiriusXM joins us. Dave, Sidney Crosby passes Mario Lemieux most points ever as a Pittsburgh Penguin. He's up to 8th all time. In NHL history, only Steve Yzerman, 1755, and Gordie Howe, 1809, had more points with one organization. Crosby now passes Lemieux. The Penguins were, they were on a pretty big spiral. They get a game, so that stops the bleeding momentarily. But they're now in what are they in 12th or 13th spot in the Eastern Conference. They've only won 2 of their last 10 games. I think reality's kicking in there. Now that he's broke that record, does that just cement him to stay in Pittsburgh, or does this open the door for him maybe to want to leave if the losing continues?
It's funny. I was thinking about that last night because I do know legacy is very important to Sidney Crosby. And it's not that he wanted to pass Mario Lemieux for an ego thing at all. Sidney Crosby has no ego at all. And that's incredible about him. For a guy that has accomplished as much as he has in the game, he should have an ego the size of Mount Vernon, but he doesn't. But I do think to an extent, you put in the work that he has in Pittsburgh, you'd like to get to that top spot. He deserves it. He's earned it. And as we heard everybody last night that pitched in the video tributes that came his way, everyone feels that way, including Mario himself. So, Sidney Crosby has earned the right to be considered at the top of that organization, right there alongside a guy like Mario Lemieux. He's in that pantheon. But now it's no longer a job left unaccomplished. And so here's Pittsburgh. They've won 1 of their last 9 games. I do not think they're going to make the playoffs, as I did not think in the summertime. And they got off to a better start than I expected, sure. But, if you would ask me where do I think they'd be, just before Christmas on October the 1st, I would have said, well, basically right where they are right now. They didn't get there the way I was expecting, but they are where I thought they would be. And I don't think they're going to go anywhere this year. Like, I just wonder if a guy like Crosby, who I know is as competitive as they come, is going to be content at looking at yet another season out of the playoffs when he's still playing as well as he is. I hope this is a shackle that gets taken off of him, so to speak, so that he doesn't feel like there's unfinished business, that he can move on and go to a competitive situation, because it's better for hockey when Sidney Crosby is in a competitive situation. Like, I don't think the Colorado Avalanche need any help right now, but I'm sure he would help them as well if they could work out a deal up the middle of the ice. Man, he would look good there behind Nathan McKinnon. And to see him win yet another Stanley Cup would only further cement his legacy as an individual within the game. So I hope it happens, because I think the worst thing for the game, Jason, would be to see Sidney Crosby in early April out of the playoffs yet again. For what would this be, a 3rd straight year or a 4th now? 3rd.
Yeah.
Like too many years in a row. I think
we haven't won a playoff series since 2017.
Too long. I would like to see him in a competitive situation, and I hope we get to a point in February where there can be a deal of that nature done.
Davey, as always, man, appreciate you joining us every week on the show. And I got a lot of stuff going on all the time, so thank you very much for that. Have yourself an awesome Christmas, my man.
Yeah, buddy. Merry Christmas to you and the listeners. It's a real treat and an honor to be on with you every week.
Awesome. We'll talk to you next Tuesday. That is Dave McCarthy from SiriusXM. We'll come back. We'll take a quick break. We got to get Month of Giving up here on Mystery Monday. We'll tell you how we work it next on the Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
Well, get ready for a silly hockey fan. Johns, your partner in power, just skated onto the ice.
EWEL.ca, the new e-commerce website for electrical wholesalers Edmonton, is ready for the power play 24/7, 365.
UL skates to where the puck will be in 5 years. Now that's forward thinking.
Killer selection, slamming products from the best brands, and legendary service.
Don't sit on the bench. Get your account today at ewell.ca and win that project.
Plug into your partner in power. Get an EWEL.ca account today.
I'm Gene Principe, bringing season's heatings from Legacy Heating and Cooling. For Yuletide comfort you'll love this Christmas. You should.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
There's no better way to fix your furnace. You just
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
They're professional, never rude, Dolph. You should.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Plus, no interest and no prints of payments for 1 year when you buy with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
Vinny and Don in Hockey are dedicated to skill development for all hockey players. If you know a student athlete interested in growing as a person and a player, register for a free shadow day. Beginner or experienced, this program develops a student athlete skill in a supportive environment. It's a great opportunity for prospective student athletes entering grades 3 through 12 to see what Vimy and Donnan have to offer. Visit vimyridge.epsb.ca or donnan.epsb.ca for more info and to sign up.
Get the lowdown with Low Tide. Weekdays from noon to 2 on Sports 1440. He's seen it all and then some. From stats to stories, he breaks it down like no one else. Proud to be Edmonton's sports leader. Sports 1440.
Your New Year's Eve plans just got a major upgrade. On the Rocks is throwing the ultimate party to launch you into the new year with a bang. The legendary Tall Boy is hitting the stage live, providing the soundtrack for an unforgettable night. A 3-course dinner is available to kick things off before the main party starts. This is how you celebrate New Year's Eve. Dinner and a party tickets are available now. Book your spot online at ontherocksyeg.com.
The future of female hockey is here. It's season 2 of the Female Super League, the first ever female-only independent hockey division in Western Canada, with teams from British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Featuring 16U, 14U, and 12U divisions, the FSL brings showcase weekends packed with thrilling games, and our 14U and 16U have been pioneering the advanced body checking rule, empowering young players. The Female Super League, where the best in female hockey takes center ice. Details at femalesuperleague.com.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today. From the local rinks to homes and businesses across the province, Alberta's rural natural gas utilities are here to fuel life affordably, reliably, and safely. We're members of the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops, providing natural gas to keep our rural neighborhoods warm and connected every day. It's local, dependable, and it's ours. To learn more about the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops and our members, and how natural gas fuels your community, visit fedgas.com. Alberta's energy. Game on.
Across rural Alberta, volunteers and community groups work hard to make life better for their neighbors, creating new playgrounds, better rinks, and gathering places that bring us together. Vision Credit Union is proud to lend these local heroes a helping hand. Apply today for a Helping Hand grant up to $10,000 to support your community's next big idea. Let's make great things happen together. Applications are open until January 31st, 2026. Learn more at what'syourshare.ca.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Cantork, made in Canada, made for Canada, where extreme isn't theoretical. Find your solution at cantork.com.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
It's got quite the deep voice in this one. I like it. Welcome back. Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Hope you're having a lovely day today. So we have our month of giving today, and we need to get some bids up here a little bit. So we have 9 packages to bid on. So, and maybe I should just outline exactly the value so people know what they're getting. So we always like to try to get close to face value on some of these things. Okay. So we have a few packages that are worth $1,000 or more. I'll just say that. Okay. Because we have $1,000 in gift certificates from Will Hawk Beef Jerky. $1,000 for sausage, meat, everything. You name it, it goes a long way. It's fantastic. We have the 12-person suite at the Riverhawks game, any game except Canada Day, and 12 of the beer bats, which is basically 2 beers in one. Okay. So we also have the Oil King suite to any game and 2 parking passes the remainder of this season. Now, if you want to wait till after the trade deadline, knock your socks off. Okay. Then we have a few packages that are in between $750 and $1,000. Okay. We have the hand-built custom putter fitting from Fitted Golf and Putters Guru, and it includes all the personal biometrics evaluation, putting motion analysis, custom shaft setup. It's unbelievable. Like, you'll love it, right? We also have the full motion karting simulator with the virtual reality headset. You get in that bad boy, and you're going to be taking a ride of your life. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be hosted by Livingston. Full send karting has some snacks and beverages included in that. And then we got packages $500 to $750 in GCs for $500. You get a GC at Fountain Tire. That's one. You'll get a GC between Crystal Glass and Meatheads. You'll also have GCs from First Round, Taco Shop, Five and Dive all together. And we have the RGC Spa and Beauty Package Wellness one. And 2 of you will golf with myself and Fedoric at the Royal Mayfair Golf Club. Okay? So right now we have 5 bids in. We have at least 9 packages. We want a minimum $500 so everything's face value. Okay, we got 1 bid at $897, 2 bids at $700, and 2 at $550. All right, so we need at least 4 more bids, but we'd like to get a few of these up because we got a few that aren't even at face value yet. So let's get going. We got about 45 minutes here. 833-401-1440. You can go golfing. You can go eating. You can go to the sporting events. You can get tires on your vehicle. We got a lot of different things here. We'll help out the Christmas Bureau and Santa's Anonymous today. It's the second last day, a month of giving, so we want to get this up here a little bit. At bare minimum, we need 4 more at $500. That's bare minimum, okay? So you just got to text in your name and your bid. 833-401-1440. We're helping out the Christmas Bureau and Santa's Anonymous. It's the final push, and they're short of their goals. So if you can help out, you're going to get something for yourself here, guaranteed, okay? If you're one of the top 9 bidders, you're guaranteed to get something. Okay, so 833-401-1440. 833-401-1440. Let's pick it up here for the final 45 minutes. We got some other texts and news. Lots of people wondering about the Oilers and their goalie situation. So here's a few things. For Ingram, he'll have to play 10 games or be on the roster for 30 days before he has to clear waivers. So there's no, the Oilers aren't going to, I don't think they're going to monitor it that closely. If Ingram's playing well, he'll keep playing. My hunch, my guess is that he plays tomorrow against the Calgary Flames. And then after that, I think if he plays well, he'll probably play the game against the Flames on Saturday. Not going to play every game, of course, but I wouldn't be surprised for them to get him into more than 1 every 2 games and kind of see what kind of run he can get on. It's just that simple. You know what you have in Calvin Pickard, right? It's great. You know what you have. So let's find out if Connor Ingram can, because last night was his 100th NHL start. It's not a huge number, but it's still, you know what? There's not a lot of NHL goalies. I'm trying to think all time how many goalies have started 100 games. I would guess maybe like, is it even 500? I don't even know if it'd be 500. It's not actually. It's 340 in the history of the game have had 100 starts. So he's the 340th goalie to do it. If he gets a few more, you know who was 338? UC Markkanen with 102. So, he's a guy that realistically, if Ingram, finds his game again, he'll get into top 300 goalies and starts for sure, if not more. So to me, I'm going with Connor Ingram tomorrow night. And after that, it's probably a little bit of a wait and see how he does. You know, you're not going to burn him out. It's not like he's played a ton of games down in the minors, right? So I'm sure like any player, he'd like to get into a little bit of a rhythm, right? Like, could you have him go this game, play Tuesday, play Saturday, then Pickard plays in Winnipeg? Very possible. Like, I want to see him on the road as well. How is he handling all the situations? That's what you want to see. But, you know, this guy is someone who's shown before he can be a solid goaltender. Right? He might never be the starter in Edmonton. We'll see. Like he's only ever started more than 26 games once in his career. That was with the Coyotes when he started 48 games in 2024. He played 22 games last year in Utah. Right? Kind of struggled. The 2 years in Arizona when he started 26 and 48 games, he had a .907 save percentage each year. He had 7 shutouts. His goals against average, which was I think it was .298. So now Arizona obviously wasn't a great team either. So we'll see where it's at for him. But I don't know. I see no reason why not to give him a look here and go from it. Hey, Gregor, you mentioned McDavid's point streaks. Can you repeat it? I think I misunderstood it. Yes. So Connor McDavid last night reached another 10-game scoring streak. He has now had 18 streaks of at least 10 games. His career high is 17 games, which he's done twice. But now a 10-game point streak, you're like, well, how hard is it? Well, it's pretty damn hard. Wayne Gretzky has the most all-time, 31 of at least 10 or more games. Obviously, he holds the NHL record. He had a 51-game streak. I can confidently say that's probably never getting beat. That's pretty damn hard to do. McDavid is now, well, he has been second for a while. He's second with 18. Guy Lafleur has 15. Mario Lemieux had 14. Marcel Dion had 13. Then there's a host of guys, and they're all Hall of Famers. Mike Bossy, Phil Esposito, Brett Hall, Mark Messier, Denny Savard, Peter Stastny, Steve Yzerman, and Sidney Crosby have done it 12 times. Paul Coffey, Leon Draisaitl, Jaromir Jagr, Nikita Kucherov, Nathan McKinnon have done it 11 times. And then Federico, Sakic, Turgeon, and Trottier have done it 10. So that's it. Those are the only guys ever in the history of the game to have done it 10 times. Everyone, Trottier, Turgeon, Sakic, Federico, Coffey, Jagr, Yzerman, Stastny, Savard, Messier, Hall, Esposito, Bossy, Dion, Lemieux, Lafleur, Gretzky, all in the Hall of Fame. McDavid, he's punched his ticket. He's a Hall of Famer. Sidney Crosby, Hall of Famer. Leon Draisaitl, Hall of Famer. Nikita Kucherov, Hall of Famer. Nathan McKinnon, Hall of Famer. Like, it's hard to do. And McDavid, this is his 10th. He's got 26 points in his last 10 games. His best stretch of points in a 10-game stretch was 29, which he did back in the 2021 season. Overlapping in that time, he also had 28 and 27 points, but they were overlapping, right? Like he'd miss one, and then they'd start in like the 6th of April and end on the 2nd of May, and then it was the 8th and whatever. So, kind of overlapping. But still, this is one of the best runs he's ever been on. And his best streak was 36 points over that 14 games to end the season consecutively in 21. That was in the All-Canadian division, and he really went nuclear. That was the year he scored 100 points in 56 games. It's crazy. So McDavid's on a heater, man. And he's now 1 point ahead of Nathan McKinnon. That should be a hell of a race for the Art Ross. McDavid is looking for his 6th Art Ross trophy. McKinnon's looking for his 1st. Do I think anyone else can come in there? Maybe. Leon, I love Celebrini. I just think it'll be too hard for him to go all year long and maintain that pace. Draisaitl? Maybe. But even Draisaitl's got a ways to go here. He's, 10 points back of McDavid? Like, unless McDavid's getting injured here, I think it's going to be hard for anybody to catch him. 4:59, we'll return. We'll come back. It's a Gregor Show presented by PlayAlberta.ca. Let's get to the con man and a sports 1440 update brought to you by Northgate GMC Buick. And guess what? It's Wish and Win. Stop in and you can win up to $25,000. $25K off purchase price of your new vehicle. You're guaranteed to get at least $500. You get up to $25K right now at northgategm.com.
This is the Sports 1440 update.
4 games on the ice tonight. You got the Lightning and the Blues, the Canucks, Flyers, Kraken, and Anaheim, and the Kings host the Jackets. Off the ice with Maple Leafs firing assistant coach Mark Savard after a year and a half with the organization. NFL Week 16 concludes in Indianapolis. Colts, Niners at 6:15. Off the field, Kansas City Chiefs announcing that they've entered into an agreement with the state of Kansas to play their games there beginning in 2031. The agreement includes a $3 billion dome stadium to be built in Kansas, along with a new headquarters and training facility. Pittsburgh Steelers wideout DK Metcalf suspended without pay for 2 games for conduct detrimental to the NFL for initiating a physical confrontation with a fan during Sunday's victory over the Lions, while Chargers linebacker Denzel Perriman suspended for 2 games as well for repeated violations of rules intended to protect opposing players. For the Elks, they've announced the signings of American quarterback Zach Dabrowski, wide receivers Justin McGriff, J.J. Jones, and Justin Lockhart, along with national wideouts Colby Herford, Jackson Tajinski, and national offensive lineman Domenico Piazza. In the NBA tonight, you've got the Mavericks up against the Pelicans, Celtics host the Pacers, Hornets taking on the Cavs, and the Grizz in Oklahoma City. Coming up in hour 4 of the Jason Gregor Show, we'll be joined by Mark Spector of Rogers Sportsnet and Sportsnet host Ken Reed. I'm Connor Halley. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
Now for today's holiday special, Legacy Heating and Cooling saves Christmas. Sam's furnace broke down in the shop last night, and the elves couldn't make any toys, that's right, so Santa called up his pals at Legacy Heating. And ho, 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 golly gee, 1 year, no payments, interest-free, and the elves are working merrily with a brand new furnace from Legacy. Happy holidays from Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Oodle Noodle origins. In 1864, Francis Oodle took over his dying father's business as a leatherman. He was quite proficient, but his heart was never truly in the trade. After his father's death, Oodle met a cocksure young man named Vladimir Nudell, who was a trailblazer in the popular new art of food boxes. They formed a partnership and aimed to ply their trade in the New World. At Ellis Island, Nudell was renamed David Noodle, and henceforth, the franchise has been known as Oodle Noodle.
Is your company drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks? Do you need more data to make better decisions? Nectar.io is your company's all-in-one solution for fleet and materials management, safety, time cards, and GIS-based project management. Now is the time to capture and transform field, site, and shop data into boardroom-level business intelligence, all with one login. Visit Nectar.io to book a demo today. Nectar.io, your business made better.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit FountainTire.com today.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Got a car you're ready to part with? Find out what it's worth, fast, easy, and totally free at Go Auto. We're talking top dollar trade-ins, whether it's a little worn or still rocking that new car smell. Just a few clicks, and boom, you've got your value. Text value to 780-777-7777 to start. That's value to 780 all sevens. Why guess what it's worth? Let Go Auto show you the money.
The job isn't done until the last load is hauled, and having a semi-trailer out of commission is not an option. Whether replacing or adding to your convoy, Edmonton Trailer has a huge inventory of new and used semi-trailers, trusted by the gravel, logging, oil field, fluids, and freight industries. Find a trailer right for you online or at one of their 3 locations. For sales, service, parts, rental, and finance, when you're in it for the long haul, Edmonton Trailer.
Ho, ho, ho! 'Tis the season to find the perfect gift at the perfect price at Leduc Goldsmiths.
The annual Christmas sale is on now with 10 to 25% off all in-store products. All natural and lab-created diamond engagement rings up to 25% off with a wide selection available. You'll have no trouble finding the right piece. The team at Leduc Goldsmiths have years of expertise to help find what you need. Leduc Goldsmiths on Main Street, Leduc. Leduc's Jewelry Store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years.
More colors than a crayon box. Our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better.
The voice in this one, I like it. Welcome back, Jason Gregor.
$19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and
Go.
operated.
He's McDavid, like Alberta.ca.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Elks Nation. Check out the new website, elksnation.ca. Articles, podcasts, and more breaking down the green and gold. The most in-depth WE football coverage online, elksnation.ca.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
5:06. Welcome back. Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. It is a lovely Monday afternoon. It's the final Monday of the month of giving. Got a really good start. We'd like to finish off quite well. And today it's Mystery Monday. Trying something a little bit different. We have 9 packages, each worth minimum of $500, upwards with the top end close to $1,500. Okay, so we have some things like $1,000 gift card from Wilhock Beef Jerky. We have a suite to the Oil Kings game of your choice, 2 parking passes. We have a suite to the Riverhawks and 12 beer bats every game in the summer except Canada Day. But any other game will be on the docket. You can arrange that with them. We also have the golf packages. We have a few different ones. We have the hand-built custom putter and custom putter fitting with Fitted Golf and Putters Guru. It includes the personal biometrics evaluation, the putting motion analysis, as the shaft setup, and more. We also have a spa package from Spa Beauty and Wellness Salon. And then you and a friend will tee it up at the Royal Mayfair Golf Club with Grant Fedoric and myself. We also have some GCs from Fountain Tire, tires for your vehicle. We have GCs at First Round, Taco Shop, Five and Dive, all combined together for $500 or more. We have the Wilhock Beef Jerky gift certificate, and we have the Crystal Glass and Meatheads GC package. And then we have, for all of you racers, the full motion karting simulator, basic instruction included. And I'm telling you, that is a wild experience. You will love it. So how it works is we take 9 bids. The top 9 bids are in. Okay. Now, we've had lots of people bidding, but we're only taking bids of $500 or more because we're not here to have everybody get a great deal on something. It's not how it works. So we're looking at minimum 9 bids at $500. Okay. We got $897. We got a few at $700. We have a few at $550 and one at $500. So if you want in, just bid 833-401-1440. 833-401-1440. The highest bid gets to pick first what they want, and then it goes down from there. Okay? It's pretty simple. So 833-401-1440. We'll try to get this wrapped up here in the next half hour. So let's make it in. It's month of giving. You're going to get something here. You can maybe do some last minute Christmas shopping for yourself, for a golfer in your family, somebody who needs a spa day, and more. So 833-401-1440. You want to go out and have some fun at some sporting events. Some pretty good deals to be had here, but minimum $500 bid. So please don't text. Well, you can text in with a bid that's under. We're just not going to take it. We're only taking $500 bids or higher today for the month of giving because everything's at least $500 and the majority of them are way more than that. Okay. Helping out Christmas Bureau and Santa's Anonymous. 833-401-1440. Now let's get to the spec report brought to you by GS Construction, your underground infrastructure specialists. Jesse just came in at 601. Nice. I like it. There you go. 833-401-1440. As we get to Spec Report, brought to you by GS Construction. Wishing all of you a safe and happy Christmas and holiday season, as Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet joins us. Spec, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. How's it going?
It's pretty good. It is pretty good. It's chilly out, though. Very chilly. Wasn't cold last night. The Oilers got off to a good start. I think their legs from 6 games and 9 nights kind of started to show a little bit in that third period. Vegas got some life, but the Oilers held them off. You talked to Connor Ingram, and I know you talked to him back in November, Spec. He says, hey, man, I never took it for granted. I finally get back in. This is great. How far do you think the Oilers run with him over the next few weeks? With the Jari being announced, he's going to be out at least 2 weeks, which means probably 3 or 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly. It'll depend a ton on how he plays, obviously. I think they'd love to see a guy who fulfills the stuff he said last night about how, and we've heard it before, it's easier to read the game up here. What did he say? 90% of the time, what you think's going to happen with the puck up here compared to the AHL does happen, compared to being in Baco where you're just not sure where it's going. If he fulfills that and shows you that he can play goal in the NHL, you know what? Then when Jari does come back, our conversation is going to be about who goes down, him or Pickard. So they got to figure that out, first of all. How much goalie do they have here? And I think they got lots of runway to figure that out. I'm probably starting him, certainly in one of the 2 Calgary games I'm starting him. And let's see where he goes. Why can't he play a little bit up here?
Well, if you start him tomorrow and he plays well, I might start him again in Calgary on Saturday because I want to see him on the road too. All right, and then you go to Pickard in Winnipeg and kind of away you go. So, like, they kind of know what they have in Pickard. I think they have to see what they have in Connor Ingram.
Yeah, they do. There's always a dressing room dynamic here that I think we on the outside don't pay much heed to, and that is Pickard hangs around and he does all the backup stuff. He's the backup, and everyone knows it. He stops all the pucks after practice, and he's the good guy backup and all those things. And when an opportunity to play comes, he's put in the time to take some of that opportunity, like to just sit him down and play the other guy in a big run of games. That doesn't usually happen, and the reason is there's a bit of a dressing room dynamic here. Pickard's the guy. It's his turn to play. I'm not telling you they shouldn't play him. I'm just telling you that's how it always works. Ingram's not getting all the starts. He's going to get some of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I don't expect him to get all of them, but I just mean like a 3-to-1 rotation. I wouldn't be shocked if that's what we see between the orders.
2-to-2. I think it'll be a lot closer to 1-to-1 instead of 3-to-1. That's for sure.
Really, eh?
Yep, I do.
Okay,
I do.
All right. The orders. Hey, Connor McDavid is on a heater. His speed is up, and he's literally skating away. I looked at it compared to him to the rest of the league, and it's the gap between his bursts and everybody else has widened a lot over the last 6 weeks in the NHL. And it's pretty impressive to see, Spec. Like, you just look at bursts of 20 to 22 miles an hour. He's number 1 at 232. The next closest is McKinnon at 175. But keep in mind, after the first 10 games of the season, McDavid had 58 and McKinnon had 56. They were pretty much neck and neck. And since then, it's 174 McDavid, 119 for McKinnon. Like, he is skating better than we've ever seen, to be honest.
Yeah, there's 2 things here for me. It's amazing how well he's performing every single night in this compressed schedule. I'm tired just covering the team. Like, this 6 games in 9 nights in 6 different cities that they just did. He was awesome in all 6 cities. His level of consistency to bring this game we're watching now. It's like, these guys aren't machines, like, look at Minnie yesterday. Minnie beats Edmonton. They play really well. Then they got this big showdown with Colorado, and they get beat up pretty good yesterday. And you know what? They're just tired. Like, the team is just tired. The guys, they're not machines, folks, right? As much as we all pay, you guys pay your money to see them play, and we all have expectations. They're not machines. And the schedule right now, the fact that McDavid's doing what he's doing under this schedule is totally incredible to me. And the other thing is, Jay, I feel like Connor McDavid didn't love his Four Nations last year. He didn't think he was great, and I think he plans to be a lot better in Milan. I think his season is gearing towards being this good in the Olympics. That's what I think he's trying to do here. Now, I don't know what's going to happen after, and we'll get there when we get there. But to me, this is about Connor McDavid playing this well, and when he puts that Canadian jersey on, man, look out.
Interesting. Did Knobloch say anything? Leon Draisaitl has taken some pretty obvious retaliatory penalties the last few games. Kind of don't see that from him.
You do. Why, are you surprised when he slashes a guy in the wrist right in front of the ref?
Last year, he took 4 penalties in the first 4 games, got sat out for 7 minutes, and then took 1 penalty in the next 30 games. So, no, he doesn't take a ton of penalties.
Yeah. So, what are you saying?
No, I'm just saying, did Knobloch address it at all? I'm just curious. I wasn't there last night.
No, I didn't hear him address it last night. He did not. There was obviously the players were off today. I didn't go to the rink. It's not going in for him, so he's grouchy. He's obviously very productive. He's playing really well.
He's got 15 points in 8 games without a goal.
Nobody here is complaining about Leon Draisaitl's game. Let's make that clear. These 2 points a game. But he wants to score goals. It's not going in. And he's getting knocked over once in a while. And I'm not telling you that I think they're good penalties. I'm not saying that I would tell all the kids out there to do what Leon's doing. But when I see Leon get hit from behind a little bit last night and whack a guy in the wrist, even though the entire building is watching, that doesn't surprise me one bit. That's right in character for Leon Draisaitl, man. He's telling his team, go kill a penalty for me because I'm going to unload a little frustration on this guy.
That might be it.
I got no problem with it. He's Leon Draisaitl. He earns it.
Trent Frederic, does he go back in tomorrow or does he stay out, do you think?
I doubt it. I doubt he goes back in. I think there's a lot of guys that are, the bigger picture, Jay, as we've talked about a lot on here, is they're trying to figure out their bottom 6. They've got their top 6 sorted here in Edmonton. It's good. And we can talk about where we're going to play RNH. Is he going to be a left winger? Is he going to be third line center? We'll get to all that stuff. But right now, their top 6 is productive and strong. They got 2 excellent units. And they're trying to figure out their bottom 6. And right now, their bottom 6 was pretty good last night. I thought they were, defensively, they were strong. They did what they're supposed to do. I know there's some guys we can all take out of the lineup, but Frederic played himself out of that lineup, and it's going to take a while to play himself back in. Maybe when they come back from Christmas, we'll see. But, this is tough love. If you're going to swallow this medicine, you swallow it for a couple games and you make a proper point here. There's no point taking them out for 1. I'm taking them out for 2 or 3 and seeing what the effects are.
Okay, fair. And that's because we had the question earlier, and I'm like, it's going to go 2 ways. They're like, okay, we did it 1. Let's see if it gets a message, or you do it 2, and that's basically a week because they don't play again until next Saturday, right? He played, and so you got a week, and then it's like, hey, some would say he's going to stew over Christmas. It's going to be good. It's going to be bad. I don't know what he's going to do. The order schedule probably doesn't. Some guys might go home potentially. How close it is a direct flight, and then they'll fly into Calgary on probably. I think the Saturday morning, right? Whether they fly to Edmonton or Calgary, that's likely what they're going to do. But this isn't the longest break. Sometimes, teams get off, they play on the 22nd, then they don't play again until the 27th or 8th. But this is a shorter one for the Oilers. And I'm just kind of curious.
I don't see him going home. Home's St. Louis, man.
Yeah.
I tried to get to St. Louis. It's an all day to St. Louis and it's an all day back. There's no St. Louis Calgary direct flight. And think it through. He has to fly on the 24th. And then he's got to fly back on the 26th. So you're flying 2 good days to get home for 1. If it's me, I'm not doing it. Maybe he wants mom's cooking that bad. I don't know. But, if you lived in Toronto, Jay, I'd say take a red eye, go get a couple days at home. But St. Louis, you're not getting to St. Louis overnight. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, that's true. So I don't care where home is for him, but either way, like some guys, maybe they get a break. Who knows what he does? But yeah, he'll have to play better. There's no question. about it. Mangiapane in Minnesota, Spec, he's kind of angry early on. Then he gets a goal, a nice deflection. Like, that's the type of guy. You haven't seen that from him barely much at all. I just wonder if he looks around the room and he's like, okay, Rosovic's coming back. Geez, Kapanen's going to be back here soon. Like, the truth of the matter is you can be out of the lineup pretty quickly. Like, I think the Frederic benching, while it's him, I think it sends a message to quite a few other guys too.
Oh boy, you got that dead right, man. Like, it's not just Frederic that sees that looks at that benching and takes a little gulp, right? It's other guys too. Like, they just signed this dude to an 8-year contract, man.
Mm-hmm.
If they're willing to sit him in a press box and I'm Andrew Mangiapane, I'm like, oh boy, I better get moving here. And I mean, it really shouldn't take that. You should be able to look at your own game and diagnose the way you're playing and figure out you're not very productive. It shouldn't take your buddy getting, healthy scratched for you to pick it up. But I love Mangiapane's game. To me, there's a bit of a trigger there. Be a pain in the rear end, get in some guys' faces, get involved in the game, and maybe good things happen. Maybe that's what sparks your game. Like, everyone has something. You remember Strud's always said he wanted to go out the first shift and either hit somebody or get hit. And that helped him get into the hockey game. Well, maybe Mangiapane's got to be a little bit of a pain in the rear end. We haven't seen near enough of it. And to me, that's part of his game. So, you know what? Some guys, that's what it takes. Let's hope he's a pain in the rear end more often than not, because passive Mangiapane ain't working for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, no, that is very fair. Mark Spector joins us here. Spec, one last one. You look at the Calgary Flames, and suddenly the Flames, Spec, they look around and say, hey, you know what? Hey, why not us in the Western Conference? They've won 6 of their last 10. They're 3 points back. Well, I guess Utah won last night, so they're 5 points out of a playoff spot with 2 games in hand. I'm not sure if you saw that Rasmus Anderson interview or not. I don't know. Like, when they asked him, would you sign here? He didn't answer at all. He just said, it takes 2 to tango. Well, you didn't say you'd sign here. Basically, he was saying, yeah, if they really overpay me, I'd sign here. But like, what do you think of the Flames? Is just a little run here, or could the Flames find themselves actually in the playoff mix?
This is the recipe to finish in 10th place and get a crappy draft pick. That's what this is, right? Flames aren't good enough to make playoffs. Full stop, right? Don't not trade Rasmus Anderson when the market is the highest. That would be foolish. Don't kid yourself and think there's a miracle at the end of the rainbow. Let's do this. Go on to Hockey DB, call up the Calgary Flames. Here's an exercise. See where they've finished since they won the Cup in 89, Jay. Right? It's 89, so that's 90. That's 36 years, let's say, of hockey. They've made the playoffs roughly a little less than half of them, I think. They've won rounds other than 2000. They went to the Cup in 04. Remember the Iginla run? It was like Edmonton. Yeah. It was a total fluke like Edmonton in 06. They went to the end. They didn't win. The rest of the time, they've won around like 3 other times or 2 other times. This is what they do. They fool themselves into thinking, hey, we're 6 points out with 40 games to play. Blah, like this. Haven't they read this movie, seen this movie in Calgary enough? Isn't someone down there, Jay, going to figure out that we're not going down this road? They're not doing this again this year, are they really? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, my God. Stop already.
I don't know. Well, we'll see.
They're going to beat Edmonton one of these games. They're going to be 4 points back, and they're going to go, man, let's sign everyone. Let's stick with the program. And they're going to fade down the stretch like they do every year. They're going to finish 10th. They're going to draft 15th. They're going to get some guy that's ready in 4 years. Oh, my goodness me. I can't read the book anymore, Jay. I've been reading it for 30 years.
Yeah, no, that's fair, buddy. That is totally fair. Spec, have yourself a good one, buddy. I appreciate it.
Hey, you're on tomorrow night, right?
I am. We'll talk to you then.
Okay, I'm back. See you, man.
There you go. That's Mark Spector, the Spec Report. We got a new top bid at 928 from Mo is in at 928. So anywhere from 550 to 928. Okay, we got we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 2 more slots if you want to bid in at 833-401-1440. Minimum $500 bid. All right, any of you guys who bid, Mondo, Ali, DJ, Jesse, Jason, and Conrad, if you want to go up, feel free. If you want to get a little bit higher, But let's rock and roll here for Month of Giving. We got 9 packages. These are some great packages, from suites to the Oil Kings, suites to the Riverhawks with 12 beer baths. We got the spa and golf package. You get the RG Spa GC, and you get to go golfing at the Royal Mayfair Golf Club with myself and Fedoric. We got $1,000 GC at Wilhock Beef Jerky. We got GCs at Fountain Tire, as well as Crystal Glass with an extra one for Meathead involved in the Crystal Glass one. We also have GCs at First Round, Taco Shop, Five and Dive all together. We got the hand-built custom putter. That package is unreal for the golfer in your life from Fitted Golf. Includes personal biometrics evaluation, etc. We also have the racing with Livingston and the full motion karting simulator. So you want to get on all that. 833-401-1440. How it works is highest bid gets to pick which one they want. We go down. So 833-401-1440. 833-401-1440. Can text in right now and get your bids in. We'll return on the Gregor Show, presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
I'm Gene Principe, bringing season's heatings from Legacy Heating and Cooling. For Yuletide comfort you'll love this Christmas. You should call Legacy. Call Legacy. There's no better way to fix your furnace. You just call Legacy. They're professional, never rude, Dolph. You should call Legacy. Call Legacy. Plus, no interest and no principal payments for 1 year when you buy with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Your New Year's Eve plans just got a major upgrade. On the Rocks is throwing the ultimate party to launch you into the new year with a bang. The legendary Tall Boy is hitting the stage live, providing the soundtrack for an unforgettable night. A 3-course dinner is available to kick things off before the main party starts. This is how you celebrate New Year's Eve. Dinner and a party tickets are available now. Book your spot online at ontherocksyeg.com.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake. But it's a good day, because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. But what's this? You can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce. A happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee, still just $1 plus tax every day. And see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada. Prices exclude delivery.
The Bricks Boxing Day blowout is back. Be one of the first 10 customers in line to receive a $50 credit towards any purchase. Plus, shop incredible 5-hour door crashers, like 70% off genuine leather and reclining sofas when you buy the matching love seat or chair. And all day, buy any TV or appliance and get a $50 credit towards furniture, home decor, and mattresses. Plus, free local delivery on purchases over $4.99. Some exclusions apply. The Brick, saving you more.
Big guests, bigger takes. Jason Gregor brings the names you know and the stories you don't. Weekdays, 2 to 6 on Sports 1440. Don't miss a minute of the action on Edmonton's sports leader, Sports 1440.
Is your company drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks? Do you need more data to make better decisions? Nectar.io is your company's all-in-one solution for fleet and materials management, safety, time cards, and GIS-based project management. Now is the time to capture and transform field, site, and shop data into boardroom-level business intelligence, all with one login. Visit Nectar.io to book a demo today. Nectar.io, your business made better.
You matter. Your mental health matters, and you're braver than you think. Not Alone is an organization focused on creating a space of acceptance and support through tough, meaningful conversation. My name is Tyler Smith, and you are never alone. NotAloneCo.com. It's okay to not be okay.
Do you sit around at work listening to sports radio all day? That's right, my friend. There's no shame in it. It's the good life. And we're not here to snitch. Say, if your company advertised on Sports 1440, you could be the one listening for your company's ad every day. Now you've got an excuse to listen to Sports 1440 all day. It's part of the job. Sounds like someone's getting a promotion. Email Greg.
Portions of this hour brought to you by Northwest Crane, available for all your lifting and equipment needs, specializing in selling and servicing cranes. Get lifting at northwestcrane.com.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
5:30. Welcome back. Jason Gregor, Connor Halley, Sports 1440, sports1440.ca. Hope you're having an awesome day. We got a few minutes left in the month. If you want to get in on our mystery guest packages today, helping out Santa's Anonymous and the Christmas Bureau, it's pretty simple. Your minimum $500 bid. And we got 9 packages ranging from suites to the Oil King, suites to the Riverhawks, GC at Fountain Tire, GC at Crystal Glass and Meatheads. We got GCs at Wilf Hawk Beef Jerky. We got the hand-built custom putter and custom putter fitting from Fitted Golf. We have the full motion karting simulator, virtual reality headset, all the instruction included, and you get to go in your session with the Livingston. We got the spa package and golf at the Royal Mayfair Golf Club and the GCs at First Round Taco Shop and Five and Dive all together. So you get to go to 3 different places in one. So you got to bid minimum 500. Currently, our top bid is 928. Whoever has the highest bid, they get to pick first. So if there's a package you really like, we got about 7 minutes left. 833-401-1440. 833-401-1440. We're helping out the Christmas Bureau and Santa's Anonymous. So somebody's going to get some big deals here today. So you might as well help out for charity. We'd like at least 2 more bids over 500. 833-401-1440. If you're interested, let's get to Ken Reed now as we go in the room, brought to you by Action Electrical. Take action on your savings. You need residential or commercial solar. They can help you out. ActionElectrical.net. Reader, how you doing?
Good, Gregor. How are you, bud?
Hey, I'm excellent. Before we get talking everything else, the Jays have got some pitching help already. What's the latest? What are you hearing on Bo Bichette? I noticed his camp, they come up, well, we're telling people we play second base. Is there a chance here that Bo Bichette's not going to get the money he was originally looking for?
Well, I think that's why they're throwing the second base out there. This is just personal opinion. I haven't heard anything since that news came out. But I think obviously, you start looking for shortstop money, but if the shortstop money isn't coming, then you got to adjust. And it's funny, we're in this new world order now where the Blue Jays are the big spenders and the Yankees are tightening the belt. And, maybe not a lot of people want to pay a guy that is for some questionable at shortstop and maybe a little injury prone to others, but the guy can hit. He's going to get paid. It's a question, is he going to get second base money or is he going to get shortstop money? And personally, I think the best chance the Jays will get him is if things maybe play out and take a little longer and they eventually get him at second baseman money.
Yeah, well, and that would be a good problem. What do you think they're going to do in the outfield, though? They almost seem like they have too many.
Too many is never a problem, if you ask me. Too many's fine. You got to make room for Barger in the outfield. That's my priority. I think this guy's a star. He hits the ball hard. When he swings so hard. He's the prototypical modern player. I don't think you can have too many in the outfield. It's kind of like starting pitching for me. You can't have enough of it. You're always going to run into injuries. Just look at this year, the job Miles Straw did filling in. Nobody saw that coming. I remember, and you got to think Barger was I believe a shortstop in Buffalo at the start of the year. So
yeah,
you can throw him at third base too if you need him, but I like him in right field myself.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like him a lot. And so I'll be curious to see what they do. Now, the Jays, everybody's loving the Jays. They're not really liking the Leafs right now. In Toronto, they fire their coach on the power play today, and Mark Savard. Yeah. They got 12 goals. Their power play has looked anemic all season long. What do you make of this move? And how much, if any, do you think a difference it'll make?
This was the easiest out possible, right? If you look at it from the outside, you're going, well, I guess if they're going to do anything, they're going to fire Savard because it's the easiest thing to do, right? It tries to hold someone accountable. But to me, Mark Savard is the least of their problems. The problem lies in the fact that they play with absolutely zero passion. There's absolutely no heartbeat on that team coming from within the dressing room. The coach has a heartbeat. You saw Craig Berube play. There's a guy that played with passion, game in and game out, made the most of what he has. And I tell my kids, I'm driving them back from hockey right now. I tell them all the time, hard work beats skill when skill doesn't work hard. And if you want to see skill that doesn't work hard, look at the Toronto Maple Leafs. And it's a culture thing here. I'm not sure where or when it started, but man, just look at their leadership core. I don't see that Connor McDavid, that Sidney Crosby, that Nathan McKinnon hunger when I look at Austin Matthews and when I look at Nylander. It's just not there for me. And I think that's the biggest problem the Toronto Maple Leafs have. Plus, their bottom two lines, they don't have an identity on those lines. It's a big time problem right now.
Yeah, well, I totally agree. It is it's to me their biggest problem. It always has been. Like I talked to guys who played in Toronto, they said, man, really nice guy, really good players. They don't really have like a guy who, when the chips are down, you're like, oh my God, this is the one that I want, right?
I want a dog. And your players, your second, third, fourth line are always a reflection of who their leader is. Always. I want a dog. If you're on the third, fourth line, you're supposed to be blocking shots so some guy can come out and emerge as the star on the power play. Is there an unconscious bias in you that goes, well, why would I block a shot for that guy? He's not playing with the same passion level that I'm playing with.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it. I don't see that anything will to win. And for me, the biggest mistake the Leafs made within the last 10 years was trading Nazem Kadri. They had a guy that finally showed up in the playoffs, played the way he wanted to. Did he cross the line a couple of times? Yes. Was he suspended for it? Yes. But I want that. I want that give a crap-o-meter guy. They had that in Kadri, so he gets suspended, so they trade him. And then to me, that was like, okay, so what do we want on this team? Do we want passion, or do we want 60 goals in the regular season? And to me, the franchise chose whatever it was, skill or Corsi over passion. And that goes back to Dubas. And I think Treliving is just still cleaning up for the mess that was created by his predecessor.
Yeah, I would agree with you wholeheartedly on the Kadri one. I was kind of like, yeah, okay, it took a few bad penalties, but my goodness, like you guys are, and then they've been searching for a guy who plays with passion. And guess what? Kadri figured out how to play with passion and rein himself in. It's not hard.
Exactly.
Right?
It's not hard. And man, you can't teach passion. I'd rather train a dog to calm down a little than try to get a dog to be aggressive, right? Like, I mean, you can't teach it, and the Leafs don't have it. Right now, they don't have it. I think they're searching for it, and I don't know what the answer is, because I think when you have those third, fourth line energy guys, I think to me, they're a reflection of the way the guys on the first two lines are playing as well, right? Like if they see it from the first line guys, like who wouldn't want to go through a wall for a McKinnon, a Crosby, a McDavid? I think everybody would. I think anybody would. And I think that's the problem with the Leafs. I think it starts right there.
So, well, it's the old adage, I'd rather tame a stallion than whip a donkey. And
there you go.
know, that's
a much better way than I said it.
Yeah. So that's one of my faves. It's true though. It's totally true. I talk to players, hey, I might rather have to calm you down, but you got to learn at some point how to calm down and correct yourself. How much, like, if this keeps going, is Craig Berube in trouble?
Unfortunately, I think he would be. And to me, it's just, I don't get it. To me, he's a great coach. I mean, you saw him last week. He was just bewildered. He was just like, the worst thing is when you bring your report card to your dad and he doesn't scream at you. He's just disappointed. He was just disappointed there the other night. And I guess, he'll have to be in trouble because you can't trade everybody. All right. The coach, the Savard move is, to me, that's just to shake up, to actually make them somewhat accountable, make the players feel something. I don't know if they will, but again, to me, with that skill set they have, I was just talking about it with my little goalie in the back seat here. With their power play, it's almost like, okay, guys, you got a lot of skill, just go out and do it. Put a body in front of that and go.
Mm-hmm.
But I think on the power play, I think they're really missing Marner. I mean, his passes were so great to Austin Matthews. Steve Valiquette pointed out on Real Kipper and Born one day, just the cross ice passes that Marner used to give to Matthews, those passes aren't there anymore. And Matthews used to score those one-timers from the off wing on them. And those passes just aren't there anymore. So it's funny, replacing a Marner, everybody wondered, would it hurt them? And you immediately think, well, will it hurt them in the playoffs? I don't know, but it's definitely going to hurt them in the regular season, because over the course of 82 games, 100 points is tough to replace. And I think the Leafs are learning that the hard way too.
Very true, man. Very true. You look at the East. What about the Sabres close to home, Kenny? It's a 6-game winning streak there. Everybody's going great. Is this just a typical Buffalo thing? Like, I always thought the Sabres, I look at their roster, I'm like, man, they should be better. And
you're nailing it.
Josh Norris is healthy now, so that's a big addition to them. Do you think, they're not going to win 6 in a row all the time, but do you think the Sabres can push and actually complete for a playoff spot?
No, but good for them. I'm excited. I think good for them. I mean, Will they push for a playoff spot? I don't think so, but I'm like you. I look at their roster. I did a game in Buffalo a couple of years ago, and I was just, man, these guys have so much talent. But you can put all the talent together. You have to have some kind of chemistry. But again, there's a team that, Eichel wanted out. Reinhart. Like, again, culture, right? Comes back to culture for me. So good for the guys that are doing it now. I mean, I love watching Tage Thompson. He's dangerous whenever he picks the puck up. But the fact that they've won 6 in a row, it's somewhat of a Christmas miracle, I would say, given the season. So enjoy it while you can, Buffalo. You very much deserve it. But it's funny how, when's the last time you saw a team fire a GM and the team goes on a run? I've heard firing a coach isn't going on a run, but a GM, not really.
Yeah, no, it's very true, man. It's very true. Kenny, great stuff, buddy. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I appreciate you joining us as always throughout the whole year, and enjoy some time off, hopefully.
All right. Merry Christmas, Gregor, and a happy Hanukkah to all our Jewish friends. Thinking about you. Have a good one, buddy.
Awesome. There you go. That is Ken Reed. Quick break. We'll come back. We're going to announce Mo's got the number 1 pick. We'll do the picks when we return. It's a Gregor Show presented by PlayAlberta.ca.
At GS Construction, we focus on building a culture of collaboration, innovation, and respect. Our teams work together, supporting one another and striving towards shared goals. We're committed to creating a work environment that empowers individuals, values teamwork, and ensures everyone feels respected and safe. With decades of experience in the field, GS Construction prioritizes our people, our culture, and safety. This is what makes us unique. To find out more, go to gsconstruction.ca.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Excavators, loaders, lifts, compaction equipment, and more. Find the XCMG construction equipment you need. Available for rental or sale at Japa Machinery Group. Japa, helping build Alberta from the ground up for 50 years. Visit japamachinery.com.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca.
Cheer on the teams. Help a good cause. The Ben's Cup is coming to the Ardrossan Recreation Center, December 26th to 30th. 100% of the proceeds help the Ben Stelter Foundation bring proton beam therapy to Edmonton. Learn more at benscup.com. Proudly supported by Sports 1440.
The job isn't done until the last load is hauled, and having a semi-trailer out of commission is not an option. Whether replacing or adding to your convoy, Edmonton Trailer has a huge inventory of new and used semi-trailers, trusted by the gravel, logging, oil field, fluids, and freight industries. Find a trailer right for you online or at one of their 3 locations. For sales, service, parts, rental, and finance, when you're in it for the long haul, Edmonton Trailer.
Performance by Action Electrical today. Their projects team kicks things off, designing and building with unmatched skill.
Then the service team swoops in for those crucial repairs and maintenance. And don't forget the testing team, ensuring everything's safe and sound before the solar team scores with sustainable energy.
A complete team effort. Have Action Electrical bring home a win for you and your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
The Hockey Super League is proud to launch its 9th season, delivering independent, borderless hockey. This year, over 125 teams will compete across Alberta, Saskatchewan, and for the first time ever, Colorado, USA, with showcase-style action, cross-province rivalries, and a strong commitment to player development. The HSL is the premier destination for families seeking balance and athletes chasing the next level. The Hockey Super League. Hockey without limits. For athletes born in 2013 to 2018, visit hockeysuperleague.com to learn more.
Reason number 37 why Nissan is built for our winter. Because winter getaways should be cozy, not cold. Kick's standard heated front seats and side mirrors help keep you warm and your view clear. That's winter ready. Now, lease a 2026 Kicks S front-wheel drive for $349 monthly at 3.9%. Or get $2,000 cash purchase bonus on remaining 2025 models. Visit your local Nissan dealer today or nissan.ca for more details. Lease term for 48 months with $1,249 down. Conditions apply.
Visit your local Edmonton and area Nissan dealer for more information.
Wondering what you can afford? Let Go Auto do the math with our free car loan calculator. No pressure, no awkward convos, just quick answers on your budget and payments. Bad credit, no credit? We got you. Text check to 780-777-7777. That's check to 780 all sevens. Find out what you qualify for and start shopping with confidence. Go Auto. Drive what you love with payments that make sense.
At this special time of year, McEwen's Fuels and Fertilizers extends best wishes for a happy holiday season and sincere thanks for your goodwill throughout the year. Merry Christmas from all the staff at McEwen's Fuels and Fertilizers, proudly serving Alberta's capital region since 1980.
Kevin Carius asked Santa for stronger coffee because mornings come early in sports radio. Luckily, he's been up for decades. The Kevin Carius Show, weekday mornings from 7 to 11 on Sports 1440.
Portions of this hour brought to you by On the Rocks. The Oilers are back in action, and OTR is ready to be your hockey headquarters. $5.75 Molson Canadian, 69-cent wings, and play, score, and win every game. See more at ontherocksyeg.com.
The Jason Gregor Show, the best of Edmonton sports talk and beyond. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by PlayAlberta.ca, Alberta's only regulated online gambling website.
We continue on Sports 1440, sports1440.ca. Our first three picks are in as Ali took the Riverhawks, Mondo took the Oil Kings, and Mo took the Riverhawks, and then Ali took the first round and Taco Shop and all their GCs from. So there you go. So those are the first three. We're calling DJ, Jesse, and Kevin. You guys are next. Jason, Conrad, and others. So answer your phone when the con man will call you, and we'll get your picks in. Hopefully before the end of the show today. So there you have it. 833-401-1440, 833-401-1440. Thanks for, I think we're close to, we've had a really good month. I think we're close to like $120,000 we've raised so much. We have one day left tomorrow. We have a little Christmas challenge, something we started last year, and we will continue on to wrap it up. Tomorrow, Oilers taking on the Calgary Flames. Tomorrow night, seemed that we asked the question earlier, and I think the majority feel that Connor Ingram should get the start tomorrow, and the majority feel that Trent Frederic won't play tomorrow. I don't think he'll sit out longer than 2 games, if it is 2 games. But maybe they just say, okay, we'll give you a week off, you reset, you played Saturday, you don't play Sunday, you don't play Tuesday, and then you come back, have some good Christmas cheer. Because I think a lot of it for Trent Frederic is a lot of internal stress. I think you get to a point like that, I know, he doesn't care. That's not true. You don't get to the NHL and then stay in the NHL and play 300 games by not caring. Unless you have just some ridiculous level of skill and, you're able to get by it. I don't necessarily believe in that at all. You know what? Confidence can wane. Struggles can increase. And that becomes a vicious cycle, right? You get stuck just in the vortex of suck and right now and struggling and lacking confidence and lots of different things. And it's a brutal place. Lots of players, very few go through their career without it. Some guys can, like Leon Draisaitl goes 8 games without a goal. He's got 15 points. Trust me, he ain't lacking any sort of confidence. No, he's getting frustrated. You saw him. I don't even think he's getting that frustrated, but you saw him look a little skyward. He thought he missed that one-timer on the power play in the third period. Had a good chance, but trust me, when you have 15 points in 8 games, even though you don't have a goal, you ain't feeling that bad. I can tell you that right now. So good for Draisaitl. Meanwhile, Connor McDavid is scoring a ton. He's got 12 goals in his last 10 games. He had 12 goals in his first 27 games on the season. And the biggest difference, he's shooting the puck. In those first 27 games, McDavid averaged 2.77 shots per game. Now with 12 goals in his last 10 games, he's averaged 4.7. It took him a while. There's lots of factors here, travel, schedule, everything. The Oilers, you know what? Once they got that break, McDavid and a lot of guys, I think, got refreshed. Remember that stretch of games where they played like 2 games in 7 days, 2 games in 9 days? I don't even remember the exact day what it was, but ever since then, they've really turned up their game. I think it's clear that they're a more rested team, no question about it. And we'll see where they go. But it's been a good run for them. Now they got to continue it because all the run did was dig them out of the hole they created, and now they are still in 3rd place in the Pacific Division. The Ducks are playing tonight. They're hosting the Kraken. Meanwhile, the LA Kings are hosting the Columbus Blue Jackets. Canucks are on the road in Philly. And St. Louis is losing 2-0 in the first period. St. Louis really doesn't impact the Oilers unless you think they're going to battle for a wild card spot. So I don't see it. But the Oilers are tied with Vegas. Vegas does have 3 games in hand. And then the Oilers are 2 back of the Ducks. The Ducks are playing their game in hand tonight. So they'll be tied in games played. So the Ducks at worst will be 4 points ahead of the Oilers. At best, they'll be 2 points ahead of the Edmonton Oilers. There's a chance, obviously, with an OT loss that it could be 3. But the way the Kraken are going, Kraken got more bad news today. Montour is out for up to a month for Seattle. And they traded Marchman on Friday. Seattle, they need to be a team in the bottom of the standings. That's where they need to be, honestly. So I know some fans don't want to hear it, but that's where Seattle needs to be. They're tied right now with Chicago. Technically, they're ahead of them because they played 2 fewer games, but you lose those games. The Seattle has the worst goals against ratio in the NHL right now. They're just not a very good team. And somebody has to finish last and give themselves the best chance. So it might as well be them. So we'll see where it goes from that. But they're not good. Hey, Gregor, that is it. Frederic's had bad luck. He's not had a heartbeat for close to half the season. I don't know if I'd say he has not a heartbeat. When you're not when you don't like, it's not like he's a guy who's going to stand out every game making great plays. It's not his game. And and then when you only play 7 or 8 minutes like he has for last month, it's hard to make an impact. Now, the reason he's playing those minutes is because he wasn't playing very well to start. So I get it. I totally understand it. And we'll kind of see how it goes from there. But I look at the orders. And Jesse, answer your phone so we can get the more picks going on. But
and DJ.
DJ, okay, answer your phone. Jesse, there, boys, 833-401-1440. Connor's going to call you, private number. Answer the phone so we can get your picks in, and away you go. I look at the orders, and tomorrow they got a chance here to really finish strong, go 8-2-1 into the Christmas break, taking on the Flames, who are 6-3-1. Suddenly the Flames are playing well. So little Battle of Alberta game that should be pretty juicy tomorrow. We'll set it up, and we'll have our final month of Giving Day. Thanks for everybody who bid today. Have yourselves a great day. Let's get to the Con Man and a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Loca. 2 locations, Sherwood Park and Edmonton, for great meals. And guess what? It's even easier now. They'll deliver it right to your door. Meals.loca.ca. Look it up. Find out what you like. Order it. They'll deliver it every week, once a week. It's easy. Meals.loca.ca. Good night.
The Sports 1440 update.
Well, late night in the NHL, 4 games on the schedule after 20 minutes. Lightning on top of the Blues, 2-0. And midway through the first, Flyers Canucks scoreless later this evening. Ducks, Kraken, and Jackets in Los Angeles. Puck drop 8 o'clock, both of those games. Off the ice, some news. The Maple Leafs firing assistant coach Mark Savard after a year and a half with the organization. In the NFL, Week 16 wraps up in Indianapolis as the Colts host the Niners at 6:15. Kansas City Chiefs announcing that they've entered into an agreement with the state of Kansas to play their games beginning in 2031. The agreement includes a $3 billion dome stadium to be built with the new Chiefs headquarters and training facility all in the state of Kansas. Pittsburgh Steelers wideout DK Metcalf suspended for 2 games after getting into an incident with a fan of the Detroit Lions, while Chargers linebacker Denzel Perriman suspended 2 games for repeated violation of rules intended to protect opposing players. The Edmonton Elks announcing the signings of American quarterback Zach Zabrowski, American wideouts Justin McGriff, J.J. Jones, and Justin Lockhart, along with Canadian wide receivers Colby Herford and Jackson Tuchinski, and offensive lineman Domenico Piazza. And in the association, 2 games underway. Cavs lead the Hornets 49-47 in the second, and in the first, Pacers on top of the Celtics 19-15. That's going to do it for us here on the Jason Gregor Show. Up next, it is Fox Sports Radio. The live local coverage resumes tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., with guest host Brandon Douglas on the Kevin Carrier Show here on Sports 1440, streaming on YouTube at Sports 1440 AM. I'm Connor Halley. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CK